the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
All right, y'all, we're here, we're live. It's motherfucking Sunday, and you just seen the teaser right there, and I got some info for you. September 21st, Memphis, Tennessee, KAW returns, and I'm going to tell you something. I can't let nothing out right now, but man, I've been hearing a lot of chatter, and if everything goes down like I'm hearing, this quite frankly could be one of the biggest shows to hit Memphis, Tennessee maybe in 20 years. I don't know, but get ready. Blood, chaos, violence, kick-ass wrestling is coming your way. But tonight, it's all about becoming Jett Hero Part 3. It's all about the life and times of Leon Kellum. So I tell you what, this dude's all over the place. He's the founder of PKAW Wrestling. And let's get him on right now because it's time to become Jett Hero. Jett.
What's going on, Buster?
What's up, my dude?
Hey, part 3. Here we go.
Part 3, man. We kind of like Jason, man. If we make it to part 4, it's going to have to be the final fucking chapter, man. I'm going to be honest, dude. So look, man, let's talk about it. You are all over the place, man. PKAW had their, just off of a successful ass show. We actually, footage out there, matches, whole matches finally, we could fucking see.
Finally. Dude. Shout out to John and Angie for coming out, man. They came, did all the recording, cutting, editing, man. Without them guys, we wouldn't have had footage, and I'm just glad that we do. If y'all haven't been paying attention, we've been airing them on Genesis TV. Not
That's
only
right.
there, our PKAW YouTube channel.
Really good job on the footage, man. I checked out all the matches. Really filmed well.
Yeah,
produced.
For a low lighting setting for that, man. I think everything came out super crispy to be dark as it is in that place. You know, it's a 50-50 chance, when you go into somewhere dark like that, if it's going to come out good or not.
Right.
You're just hoping for the best.
Well, look, dude, it ain't just about PKAW either, man. Look, you're everywhere, man. Your tattoos, man. You're all over the place with your tattoos. You're doing some killer work. You just got back from, what was it, a horror festival thing where they had a tattoo contest?
Yep.
Man.
shout out to Full Moon, man. I know they're probably not watching this, but if you do make a clip and this gets out there, maybe I'll tag them. But shout out to Full Moon. Man, they did a horror convention / tattoo convention. Man, I got to see a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of cool people were there.
Right.
Everybody was dressed out. I got to do like 3 tattoos. I even got to tattoo a wrestler that was there from Mississippi, Justin. I don't know if you're I'm sure you know who Justin is, Cook.
The name I do, man. The name sounds familiar as hell to me.
I'm pretty sure he's yeah, I just seen him, man. He just posted that he was going to be at Memphis Wrestling, man. Actually, the man himself, him, not only did he get a tattoo, he got him and his old lady got a tattoo, man.
Man, you've been doing some killer ass. You're a hell of an artist, dude.
Yeah, well, let's see if you can know who that boy is. Can you see that?
I can see it, dude, but I don't know who it is right
offhand.
Man.
Shout out to him and his old lady, Katie, man. They came in. They were there for the horror convention. They ended up coming over there, letting me tattoo him. He got a signature done by somebody. I ended up tattooing them. And then Sunday, man, I was there, and a lot of people know that my back tattoo is also my Sucker Got Knocked Out logo. So what we were doing out here, you know, the underground deal, and I won't say too much on that, but you know, we was doing some things out here. SGKO, that was my logo, and I wear it on my back, man. I actually had one of the guys tattoo it on me there at the shop. Shout out to James. He actually created the logo and did the tattoo on me. And man, I decided I was going to enter it in the competition, see if you know, even if I could place anything, and ended up winning first place in full color back tattoo. It was pretty dope experience, being my first time ever there, man. It was dope.
Right, that's cool as hell, man. Full Moon, I know you ain't watching this shit, but if you ever do, you need a fat dude to die in a horror movie, I'm your guy. Holler at Big Buster.
Hey, you know, they make their own movies and stuff.
I know, man. Dude, I'm a horror movie buff, always has been. And the cheesier the fucking the B, C, D, E grade horror movies, man, I watch them all, dude.
Yeah.
Cool thing though, man. I seen a lot of the pictures y'all posted from the festival and stuff, and the tattoos, man. Really cool, man. Really cool that your back tattoo won like it did, man.
Yep. And you know, that was a logo out of my head. I told James Rowe, I went in one day and I was like, I need a logo for my little fight club, bro. I was like, SGKO. I was like, but I want the teeth to say SGKO when they were broken, you know? And
right.
So he did up the logo, never to even be a tattoo. You know what I'm saying? It was to be distinguished as a logo.
Right.
And, I got that wild hair on my ass, and I was like, I want it on my back. Let's go.
Talk to me about how long it took you to actually get that motherfucker put on, dude. Because, I mean, when you say full back, it's pretty much fucking full, complete covered, dude.
18 hours altogether.
How many times did it take you to get it done?
We ran 3 times. We did all outline back, all the black in it, and then I came back and we did like top of the head, and then I came back and we just smashed it all. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Look, Mark McGee is with us. Mark, dude, he says, "What's up, everyone?" Mark, I'm glad you're at home, out of the hospital, dude. I hope everything goes good for you. I'm going to get your gimmick sent out to you either tomorrow or Tuesday. My wife's going to send it out. And I hope you have a full recovery, dude. Mark had his appendix rupture like a week ago, and he just got out of the hospital like yesterday, maybe is when it was.
Man, that is no count, bro.
Dude, I ain't never had my appendix rupture, but I sure don't want it to fucking happen. I can tell you that. Well, look, Jett, you're also TIWF. I've been seeing you at TIWF every single Saturday night. Yep. So talk to me a second about being back at TIWF, because here's the thing. That's kind of where we left off at last time. You done punched Randy in the mouth, getting it into it. You and Jay
Yeah.
Rage forever tag team champions because you was ready to
Yeah,
walk out and drop the belt.
I even let them know when I was there this past Saturday. I said, look, guys, I know y'all walking around here wearing these tag team championships pretty proudly, but y'all are never going to be the champions. Me and Jay Rage never lost the belts, and I'm standing on that until Jay
Forever
Rage
fucking.
comes out. Yeah, until Jay Rage comes out of retirement and somebody beats us for him, and that ain't happening.
So talk to me about going back to TIWF kind of after all this time, man.
Man, well, man, a lot of people don't know, but up until PKAW, man, I only worked here and there. And like I said, man, it had been really like 6 years since I did a weekly back-to-back show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where I'm going every week. I only did like a benefit show, or if it was to help raise money, fundraiser, something like that, man, I was down. And if I kind of, the last PKAW show, it kind of, made me feel like that, in a way, people forgot who Jett Hero was. You know what I'm saying? Who I am. In the sense that, I guess to say that because I'm not around the brotherhood of wrestling, you know what I'm saying? It all who you're with, you know what I'm saying? Who you're running with, who you're seeing on a weekly base, you know what I'm saying? And
out of sight, out of mind, dude.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like people, don't have no loyalty for me because I'm just, as Terry and David Jett and them said in their podcast, I'm just some fucking kid trying to run a show. And that's how I feel like people look at me, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like if I got back out there and I touched a couple of shows, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? There's only like 1 or 2 shows that I'm not welcome at, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's actually, they just did that Grand Stage show this past Saturday in Memphis.
NOCW in Memphis.
Yeah, he hit me up, man. And if I wasn't booked at TIWF, I probably would have went over there and worked for them guys. And like I said, I'm not looking for no home for Jett Hero. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like if I got back out there and the camaraderie with the boys, you know what I'm saying, and
right.
Show these guys that I still got it, and it actually definitely helped me get me in check because my cardio was bad, man. Like
right.
5-6 minutes in, and I'm like I'm ready to go home.
Right.
I've been pushing a tattoo machine, man. You know what I'm saying? The fighting thing that was cool, but we're regular guys, and we always kept it as regular guys. So none of us really trained. We just got out there and did it for fun. So
right.
So that didn't really kind of, help my cardio. So after that third show, which I didn't even work, because fucking Bullwhip no showed me because his daddy fucking Johnny Dawson told him not to come.
So look, you brought it up. So have you and Bullwhip squashed this beef yet, or is it still an ongoing thing,
man? Look, if them motherfuckers got beef with me, it's all one-sided. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to do more than no show, one show for me to actually have physical heat with somebody. Me and Johnny Dawson, bro, I'm ready to whoop his ass, bro. Like, look, I'm get over your fucking surgery shit and let's go, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Meet me in the ring. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And I think,
I thought you two guys were kind of sorting to kind of see a little bit eye to eye, because I've seen some of y'all's comments on certain posts, and y'all kind of starting to agree on some shit, dude.
My dad told me, man. He said, you probably shouldn't hang out with Johnny Dawson. He was like, because you motherfuckers act just alike, and you're going to be going out, hanging out with him, then you're just going to be online saying crazy ass shit like Johnny Dawson all the time. He was like, and you already doing that shit. He was like, Johnny Dawson ain't going to help the situation, and me and Johnny Dawson does see a lot of shit I mean, I understand. Look, man, everybody can say what they want to say. I got my opinions. He has his opinions. You know what I'm saying? And uh, a lot of his ways, man, I see what he's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in the same sense, I'm my own man, so I have other things that I bring to the table, and I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think our paths crossed at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Time is everything, and I think me and Johnny Dotson's probably going to run into each other before too long, and hopefully it's in the ring, and we're showing people what the fuck wrestling is all about, not fucking these guys. Man, look, and I'm gonna just be real. I went over to TIWF, watching these guys matches and shit. And they're fucking out there going all out. You know what I'm saying? And
man, TIWF's got some killer talent that work
they
there,
do.
dude.
They're going all out, man. And I'm like, man, I remember when I used to be that guy that did that, and now I'm kind of pulling myself back a little bit. Man, I don't know. Things are different, man. The scenery is different.
Well,
I
here's
don't know.
the thing.
It is 100% a change in the past 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Since I was going to weekly shows or monthly shows.
Well, here's the thing, dude. You talking about you and Johnny, and y'all kind of starting to see eye to eye on some things. Here's the bare facts. There's certain things in wrestling that no matter who you are, they're all the same. It never changes. The only thing that changes is the name of the people that are involved. Yep. The way there's certain things in the wrestling business that are right and wrong, and the only thing that changes about those situations is just the people involved in them. So, since now that you kind of had a taste of being a promoter and dealing with talent, you're starting to see some of the things that some of the older guys kind of tell you that, man.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, you got to look. Here's the thing. There's certain things about wrestling that's undeniable, that work the same way no matter what. But at the end of the day, like you said, you got to make it work your way. You got a different way. You may have a different way of turning that box than Johnny does, but that don't mean y'all ain't still playing with the same fucking box. You're just looking at it from a different angle and twisting it the way you see it, man.
That's ultimately going to benefit them. You know what I'm saying? Because what I did notice is that I went and worked Bluff City, and a couple of their guys that they have, they're all in a cahoot with each other. No matter how people say, "Oh, we don't have that click here," shit.
Wrestling's all about clicks, dude.
They had a click there. TIWF has a click.
Click. Every company has a click, dude.
What PKAW has is a little bit different in a way, because none of these guys had to do anything. I owe these guys nothing. They owe me nothing. So we're still fresh. So we don't have that little click, because guys are still rotating out of PKAW as we speak. You know what I'm saying? So the guys that are loyal to PKAW, we got plans. I was actually supposed to go and take care of some business today. The lady was in church, so hopefully tomorrow I'll know where we're going with PKAW and what our next show is going to be. So things are going to change. I think everything worked this way exactly how it's supposed to happen. Some of the guys that aren't going to be with PKAW no more, I can't help that they no-showed us, and there's going to be guys that we bring in that are our friends in their clique, you know what I'm saying, that they're going to want their buddies over there. But, like I said, man, you can't, and I don't want to say fuck us off like that and think that, we're going to turn the eye whenever it comes rolling around when we're running a monthly show, or, you know what I'm saying, because everything takes time. I didn't want to book a monthly show out. I could have. Slide and Ride wanted me there every month. You know what I'm saying? I told them I didn't want that. I wanted to do every other month. because I didn't want to put myself in a situation that, you know, I was uncomfortable with.
Right.
Now that I have done them 3 shows, I kind of see who's going to be loyal to PKAW. And it's quite a few guys, you know what I'm saying? Quite a few guys. And, man, I think time is everything. And it's definitely looking up for PKAW. And hey, I can't say, I don't want to say too much because it seems like every time I do say something fucking goes wrong for me, and I ain't doing it. I ain't gonna do it this time, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna.
You say that, but we ain't but 21 minutes into this motherfucker. You say that shit, but when we get 60 minutes in, there ain't no telling where this conversation's gonna end up, dude.
That is true. That's true.
So look, so I'm glad you kind of said that. You said it earlier about talking, and you and Johnny, it might not be good for y'all to get together because you already, now that you started talking, that's where I'm getting at. When we first podcast we ever did, you was a little nervous, a little shy about talking. It ain't something you done regular. Now lately you've been silent, but there for a while, it's like we couldn't get you to shut up once you started talking, man. You just kept on.
Yeah, I took Terry Godin's advice, and he was like, "Shut the fuck up, kid." Even when I went to talk to him in his office and shit, he was like, "Will you shut the fuck up and let me talk?"
Right.
I was like, I will, you know. And he'll get fucking 3-4 minutes in, and then I'll start back up. He's like, shut the fuck up. He's like, you're gonna have to learn to know when to shut the fuck up, and you're gonna have to know when to find somebody that's gonna benefit PKAW and make you money for PKAW. And that means in a rivalry way, because he told me that he made more money off of Jerry Lawler than anybody.
Right.
So what's the next best thing to a king?
A hero, man.
A
hero.
A king. So, you know, I in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, me and Johnny does think alike a lot of ways, but there's a couple of things that I'll be like, come on, Johnny, you're overboard. And but you know, I kind of chose Johnny out of not to say that I'm gonna make the most money, you know what I'm saying, with Johnny, but I felt like that if Johnny claims to be the best, and you know, I'm a hero, so you know, what else better way to go after the one that's claiming to be the best? You know what I'm saying? And make a rivalry that isn't necessarily. I'm actually a city over, couple cities over from him, you know, but I'm not running in Memphis, but I think, like I said, you never know. He comes out of that surgery, he might come to PKAW. He might finally come mess with the boy.
Hey, Dad.
What? I don't care.
Message?
That's the future hero y'all just heard right there.
There you go. So look, man, I'm feeling like that. I'm feeling like there might be a Johnny Dotson Jett Hero match somewhere 6-7 months down the line, dude. And here's my idea. If this match ever gets booked and comes to fruition, I want to get both of y'all on like a presidential debate. I'll be in the middle, put one of y'all on each side, and we'll debate out. We'll set a time. That way somebody don't halt. Because with both of y'all talking, I won't even be able to get a fucking word in my damn self. So we'll set maybe a 2-minute time clock for each rebuttal and see how this shit works out, man. But look, we're here because it's Becoming Jett Hero Part 3, man.
All right, let's get rolling with it, man. I think we left off with I just suffered my first arm break with a top rope leg drop.
Right.
I mean, at TIWF, I healed off of that. Me and my dad just broke away. I know we watched the video of me and my dad tag teaming, but actually like a couple, like maybe a year, 8 months to a year, me and my dad actually didn't tag team, and we went and worked a couple of shows, man. We had a couple run-ins with a few guys, and like I said, man, it was going to start getting interesting. Before me and my dad was tag teaming, I was single, so and I was young, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people would take advantage of the situation. And 1 week we were actually working for RCW in Ripley,
Hey, Dad.
and this is
I can't reach the little button on my PlayStation.
all right. Well, use your tablet and watch your tablet until Eric gets on. So he said we set out to go over to RCW, which Rashad was that was Rashad's promotion,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken. Poker Face was booking for it. Poker Face had us there. We were doing pretty good, and everything was going pretty swell, man. And then come along Tattoo. So my first run in with Tattoo, like I said, man, I was green. We had a match, me and Tattoo did, and at the time, man, this wasn't even really like a move you've seen around here. It's where you put them up on the set fucking ropes. You climb up, you pick them up for the suplex, but you turn them and you drop them on their neck on the top turnbuckle. All right, that wasn't even a move that was around here at this time, and I'm sure he's seen it on a fucking luchador clip, and he was like, I'm going to do that. And he didn't really tell me what it was, what we were doing. Kind of picked me up, dropped me. I flipped out the fucking ring and shit. I was okay. You know what I'm saying? No problem. I didn't even get in to stiff him or anything. Nothing. Match went smooth. Fucking, it was over. The next following week, I was to go over on Tattoo with my finisher, which was the Prettier. Christian used it for years. But I had seen a video that where somebody had took the Prettier, and instead of coming over and then dropping, they made one more loop. Got me? So when you hook them and you spin them, you just keep on one more time Prettier. Right. No fucking biggie. I've done it in practice. I every time I go to shows, I'm always in the ring training before the shows. Well, not here recently, but when I was young and shit. And I've done tried it. And when he came in, I told him that I wanted to do it as a finish. And I was supposed to go over for the belt. And he was like, I'm not fucking taking no Prettier like that. And I was like, well, then why would I take your fucking move that you dropped me on the fucking my neck on the top rope without even telling me what the fuck we're doing? And he was like, he said some shit in a Tattoo way, and it was like, fucking go tell Poker Face if you don't like what the fuck I said. I was like, okay. I was like, if that's what you fucking want to do and you want to be a fucking little bitch about things, who got a little heated, we got a little heated. My dad was like, what the fuck is going on? You know, like, what the fuck? You know, Poker Face is like, y'all, let's carry this out the locker room. So we go outside, we go out there. Poker Face is like, what's going on? I'm like, bro, I'm trying to do my fucking finisher on him, and he doesn't want to take my finisher. Right. And, you know, and this is the first time I ever ran into a fucking diva. First time that a motherfucker tell me, well, I'm not going to take your finisher. And I was like, you know, it's just a fucking Prettier, and all we're going to do is stay on our feet one more fucking time, rotate, and then drop. Yeah, it's kind of like a reverse neck breaker. Yeah, a swinging neck breaker on Prettier almost. Yes, basically. And, you know, and he said, he was like, Poker was like, well, I don't give a shit what y'all do. He was like, y'all just need to handle it. And he was like, well, there ain't nothing to handle because I'm not taking the move. And I was like, bro, I don't even want to be in a match where a motherfucker says that I'm not going to take the move. Like, you didn't try to, like, say, hey, let's do it this way, or, hey, you know, I don't feel comfortable. He was just straight out, I wasn't going to take the move. And, well, I mean, y'all could have at least walked through it. So yeah, exactly. Go over the move. He didn't even, man, like, he shot it down first thing. Like I said, this is the first time I ever had somebody tell me, well, I'm not taking that move. And it was a little shocking. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I was young. So,
Well, let me ask you this.
I was like, what the fuck are you saying? You ain't gonna take a goddamn. You know, I'm talking calm now, but in that moment, I could see myself as like a 20-year-old, 21-year-old me saying, "What the fuck you mean you ain't gonna take my goddamn move?" You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, things got, like I said, got heated, and we ended up. I didn't want to. At that time, I felt like, you know, a promotion doesn't. In a way, you do what the promotion says, no doubt. But, you know, you don't ever want to wrestle somebody that you're already having doubts with in the back. You know what I'm saying? Things were off, vibing was off. We're like, you know what? Probably best we just fucking roll out. You know what I'm saying? So we rolled out. Mike Reels filled in for them. And, you know what I'm saying? They did the thing, whatever.
Let me ask you this, Jett, before we kind of move past this. From what I'm hearing, it almost seems like it was more than likely more of an issue of him not wanting to put you over more than the move, maybe.
Maybe, and it might be, man, because like I said, I was young, man. I just broke away for Fusion. I was just learning who Jett Hero was going to be. And,
right.
I was just trying to feel myself. So I was a little, you know what I'm saying, which I probably 100% didn't handle the situation properly. You know what I'm saying? What I would do now, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you couldn't tell me shit. I was like fucking 4 years in. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 years in.
Let me ask you this then, Jett. Do you think if you would have told him, hey, man, when he told you the move, let's walk through this and actually show me what we're doing, do you think you would have then decided, nah, I don't think I want to take that move? Because here's the thing. A lot of that luchador shit is fucking dangerous and unsafe. And here's the thing. When you're on a show where you're really not making no fucking money,
right,
why are you going to get dropped on your fucking head? You know what I mean?
The belt was for like, I mean, you know, their thing that they were pushing the high impact intensity thing. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted that. You know what I'm saying? They wanted that.
Yeah, but you're the guy who has to take the chance on breaking your neck.
That's right. That's right. And, you know, and look, like I said, I didn't even know what move he was doing on me, and he dropped me on my head. Like, I flipped out the ring. I think I still had the DVD. We record all our matches, and I still got it somewhere. And but this ain't even this. This is just the what had happened. We ended up leaving. The next morning, bro, I shit you not, this motherfucker done went and made a shoot video. Shit you not. This is when I first found out what a fucking shoot video was. Like I said, man, this is probably like 4 years in. You know what I'm saying? It's before me and my dad became a tag team.
What kind of year time frame? Give me a little time frame. What years we talking about?
Like I said, man, I was probably 21, 22. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, tops 23. So that. But
what year? Like 2005,
10 years
2000
ago. So it'd be in 2013ish, maybe 2011, 2013ish, maybe.
And by that time, Tattoo was obviously a veteran for sure. He'd been around.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
I want to say Tattoo been around since maybe 1998,
dude,
maybe.
I remember him when I was fucking like 14, 15 years old wrestling at Liberty Land, bro.
Right.
When they had the fucking wrestling at Liberty Land. That was the first time I actually seen Tattoo. And, but yeah, man. So yeah, he made a shoot video on my dad.
That's what we need to dig up, man.
It wasn't even on me, bro. He did the shoot video, and it was called Ripper Shoots Himself. And, you know, it was on my dad, bro. I was like, God damn it.
Do you have that? Oh, do you got the video of that?
I bet it's still on YouTube, bro. I bet it's still
That's the shit we need to see. That's the shit I want to see. I want to see this old school shoot video, man.
Yeah, that shit was funny, man. We didn't end up making nothing from it or anything. Man, we've seen Tattoo, been in the locker rooms with him since then. It's all, man, like I said, a lot of things, man, are you got emotions flowing in there, and man, your head is set one way, and then when somebody comes up to you and they're like, hey, you know, and they pitch something wild that you ain't never heard, sometimes things get miscommunication, and you know, like I said, I was young, and there wasn't no telling me shit, you know what I'm saying? I was like, we just go to another fucking show, you know what I'm saying? I was like, but I now apologize to poker because you know what I'm saying that was you know what I'm saying I handle it terribly, you know what I'm saying? PK River TV says Salem didn't want to.
Simon, there's another
Simon.
comment.
Oh no, I'm about to get to that. That was actually whenever me and my dad started tag teaming and shit. So after that deal and that actually that show when me and my dad was like, no, we just go, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna start no shit, you know what I'm saying? Don't want no shit to get started in the ring in front of people because he was heated, we were heated. So we left and you know, Poker Face even was like, man, you know, y'all could have worked it out. Y'all should have fucking, but now I understand now, then I didn't. But you know, we seen each other, everything's cool now. But after that show, that was really the time that we became Jett Ripper because we were doing RCW, and right after that, man, we kind of broke into becoming Jett Ripper, you know what I'm saying? And that's when we started tag teaming, started hitting the scenes. We were hitting the scenes everywhere, man. We shot, and before we actually went to like more of like a home base like area, like we fucking hit TIWL for a little bit. We ran over to like EIW over in New Bern and but right before we got to EIW, we did a show, bro, out in where Loretta Lynn's ranch is, Weakley County, I think it was. Weakley County.
That's where I live, man. I live in Weakley County.
Look, and it was a pretty big show, man. Motley was there. Tracy Smothers was there. Man, there was a lot of people. The Rock and Roll Express was there. There was a ton of people there, man. And we went and we was working the show, and we just became tag team partners. We done ran over all our moves set. We got everything on lock. Me and my dad's been working, bro. We're running tag team moves like Motor City Machine Gun. You know what I'm saying? Like from TNA. You know what I'm saying? That boom, 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 boom moves. You know what I'm saying? And so we go over there to work, and we've been working this baby. And we go over there, and they want to put us against the posse. Well, the posse's baby. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, fuck it. We'll rock heel. You know what I'm saying? No problem. We'll rock heel. Bro, tell me that this was the second time. This would be the second time I run into somebody, bro, within like a year time. You know what I'm saying? Within the year's time, I done ran into two motherfuckers that tell me that they're not going to take my move. And we're going over the match. And, you know, we're running this and this and this. And my dad's like, yeah, we do a tag team move, small little spine buster. You're down. He's going to come over off the top rope with a leg drop. I'm going to roll you over into like the lion salt. And he's going to run, hit the ropes, and drop kick you in your nuts. You know what I'm saying? That was it. You know what this motherfucker said? And it wasn't Simon. It was actually Chris. Chris said, you're a heel. Why would you do a leg drop? And I said, what? I was like, see, so not the kicking him in his nuts and all the shit before that. He said, why are you gonna do a leg drop? You're a heel. And I was like, bro, it's just part of the routine that we do to get you to the point where I drop kick you in your fucking nuts. That way you're not sitting there looking dumb on your back. Why would he put you on your back? You know what I'm saying? It was like he put him on his back. I hit him with the leg drop. He rolls him over, and I'm already drop kicking him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was crazy, man, because he was like, well, I don't care. I'm not going to take your leg drop. And I was like, man, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? And look, man, and this is because I was at TIWL for so long, you know, like when vets came through, the vets didn't really fucking beat my ass up, man. You know what I'm saying? They was out there teaching me shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like if I told them hey man, I've been working on this and this and this. They'd be like, all right, kid, we'll put it in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not like what people are nowadays. And vets back then, man, when I was breaking in, they were like, you know, if the kid wants to try this, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna, you know, try it, you know. And so
Well, here's the thing.
Monley overheard the conversation because we were like right behind him. And Monley turns back and hears like, who the fuck says a heel can't take a leg drop? He was like, stop being a damn baby, Chris. And like legit, bro, like legit, Monley was like, bro, it's a fucking leg drop, man. Now these motherfuckers telling me they're not even going to take a fucking leg drop, bro. And but yeah, man, the motherfuckers. But we ended up going out there, had a fucking flawless match. You know what I'm saying? We had the fucking crowd, man. Dude, it was actually one of my probably top 5 matches, and you know, it just like that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so let me ask you this:
it took one vet to say, hey, what the fuck are y'all? Shut the fuck up, go out there and have a match, and we did.
So let me ask you this, dude: when y'all got through with that match and got back to the back, was the dynamic different then between?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and before we went out there, after, and I'm just being real, and that shows you the power of a real vet, because he just leaned back and he was like, what the fuck he was like, take the goddamn leg drop. It's just a fucking leg drop. And Chris, you know, was like, you know what if it is? And then once we executed what it was, he was like, you know, I kind of understand, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think they understand, you know, especially when you're like, we're going to hit you with a 3-move drop kick to the fucking nuts, and then you can roll out, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying, or roll away.
Well, here's the thing. At that time, that kind of stuff was still in its infancy around here. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That shit that started coming around in the 90s when WCW brought all the Mexicans and the Japanese guys in.
Yep.
And around here, that kind of combination moves, the way it was set up, was still kind of new. And here's the thing, a lot of people think that if you're a heel, kick, punch, eye gouge, you should really do nothing technical or whatsoever. And then other people's like Motley, like, here's the thing, Brian Christopher used a leg drop as a heel and a baby face. Macho Man dropped that elbow as a heel or a baby face.
Yep. That's
you know, but
right.
I can kind of see maybe like you said, maybe they just didn't quite. It was new. Maybe they just didn't quite understand. And then Chris could be from the mindset that you're a heel. It's your job to go out there, bite, cheat, gouge, kick, stomp. You know, don't be doing, because I mean that's a thing too. And here's the thing: I had the same issue with Brian Christopher at the studio. First time me and Brian Christopher ever met each other, we had heat. Finally, we had to work each other from the time, as soon as we worked each other, the minute that match was over. We wasn't buddies. We didn't go hang out together, but we had a awesome fucking match. And from that point on, anytime Brian had the chance to work with me, he wanted to. And a lot of times he would make sure he got to work with me.
Hell yeah.
Because we gelled in the ring. You don't always have to gel in the dressing room to really have chemistry in the ring. Sometimes the best chemistry in the ring is when you do have a little bit of little twinge in between you, you know?
That's right. And
here's the thing. Before we get too far, going back to Tattoo and Poker Face. First of all, let's mention this, man. Poker Face, Millington Mayhem just happened. And Poker Face had a fucking, I would say there was 400 or 500 people there at least. I'd say there was a minimum of 400 at the least, dude. He had a fucking packed house.
It was.
But let me ask you this. From my point of view, if I'm the booker and y'all come to me with this issue, the one thing I don't say is that I don't give a fuck, y'all work it out. As the booker, it's my job to make sure that we figure it out so we can send this match out there. Or we figure out it's not going to happen so we can move into something else. So,
honestly,
you know,
that's actually what made us leave, was when he actually said that to my dad. And my dad was like, what? He was like, you're just going to say that? And he was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Y'all figure it out and shit. And like, my dad's like, well, I guess let's figure it out. We'll just go.
Well, see, as the booker, if I'm booking, that's my fucking job. That's
Yeah.
my fucking job. When y'all come to me with issues, as the booker, I'm the one that set these matches up. I'm the one that's sending these guys out there. It's my job to make sure we figure this shit out where it works for everybody before anything else, man. And you know, of course, at that time, Pokerface was still young too, and at that time, I think he was probably young in booking too. I bet now
and
he
man,
would have a different
he was
outlook.
Also trying to pull the show together, line
Right.
everybody else up, and work the fucking show. So you know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of headache.
Because I've done it for 3 fucking shows, and
Right.
I mad props to him. You know what I'm saying? For him not to fucking go crazy trying to do all that shit. And you know, his show was a fucking success, man. The only thing is that, you know, it is a little easier to have a fucking crowd at 400 or 500 people when you're only running the show once a month, though. You know, I mean, once a year. You know, you have all year to fucking advertise that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking the preparation he has, man. It's there. You know what I'm saying? And it shows. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he did have a good crowd. In my opinion, it was a hell of a fucking crowd.
Yeah, no,
for it to be over where it was at, because they don't really. I don't think they really have shit going on over there.
See, last year, like 3 years ago, the crowd was all right. Not bad, but not like you seen the other day. Last year, the crowd was good, really good. This year, it was even bigger. So obviously, over the past few years, he's doing something right.
Oh no, I mean, and look, I mean, even from the first show that I was trying to promote, trying to put out flyers and advertisement and this and this and this, to the second show, every show I got a little bit faster. I got a little bit more confident. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot easier to go in and scoop sponsors up, and man, it was so yeah, I imagine he's definitely from his, you know, first couple of shows to now, he's definitely got the formula. You know what I'm saying? It shows. You know what I'm saying?
And booking can be a fucking headache, man.
And just being real, man, like pictures and shit are cool and all, and videos are cool and all, but I bet you to be there with that atmosphere of fucking 400 or 500 fucking people is going wild, bro. That's just, man, you don't see that much. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that luxury with all these shows that are around here. You know,
hell,
what I'm saying?
man, I
Even
was
shows
at
that are running once a month. You know what I'm saying? Aren't getting that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just being honest about it. I know motherfuckers that are giving free shows that can't even fucking. I mean, you give a free show away, and you can't pull 400 or 500, and this man just went out here and pulled 400 or 500 doing the promoting he was doing. You ain't promoting correctly. Y'all need to get with him and find get your notepad out. You know what I'm saying? And learn some shit from Pokerface.
Here's the thing, man. Last Saturday, I was in Missouri at AHCW, did some commentating for they're putting out an hour-long TV thing. Dude, Campbell, Missouri, they had 300 plus there, man. Look, here's the thing. They opened the doors about 6:30, and I swear the minute they opened the doors, probably 125 or 150 people come in right then.
Damn.
Dude, and they just kept trickling in. Yeah. Sometimes I'm kind of feeling like maybe the last couple of weeks after WrestleMania. See, people, here's the thing. Even if people don't go to WrestleMania, but they watch it at home, it attracts all their focus and it wears them out. So sometimes it takes a week or so after WrestleMania for people to really start coming out and going to these shows. And I don't know whether it was just the shows or maybe it was just that time, but
I think it's definitely picked up. I mean, even TIWF, man, their crowds have been pretty fucking good every week. So I mean, I even talked to Jason Genesis, and he said their crowd was fucking hype over at MIW. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, I think there's definitely wrestling in the area. You know what I'm saying? And it's a great time to put on good quality shows for
Man,
whenever
Memphis-
you come around again, them motherfuckers want to come back.
Right, Memphis Wrestling, they just had a show, I want to say last night in Little Rock at the Arkansas Travelers, dude. The footage I seen, I bet you there was 1,000 or more people watching the wrestling now. Now, I obviously, I think it's a baseball game too, but man, the footage I seen, it was a sea of fucking people. So it could just be that time of year, man. I don't know, but the last week or so, these shows have been drawing. There's been drawing big numbers.
I wish PKAW would have been dropping the show this month, man. I mean, time is everything, and Sliding Ride's bringing in the midgets, and they got that going. So I don't want to try to bring in what I'm trying to do when they're trying to run them again. So
right.
Well,
TIWF's bringing the midgets are going to be at TIWF.
They are, man. So that's a TIWF's bringing the midgets like the 1st of May, which is in like a week or two or so or whatever, right. And then I think Sliding Ride's trying to do it at the end of May. So I don't know how that's going to work, but
Johnny Dodson might get him a job at the midget wrestling, man. Who knows? Hey, Johnny, I'm just fucking with you, Johnny. I don't need you on Facebook going after Big Buster, dude. I'm just cracking some jokes, man.
You know he is.
Look, if he was watching,
he's gonna have another fucking Kane Superstar video coming out.
Oh, look, if he's watching right now, he's already finna go live right now,
man. So yeah, man. That after that show, we get back on this real quick. After that show, it kind of established me and my dad that people really started taking a toll on us because they were catching on that me and my dad was running a little different than everybody else, and OWO, we went and did like one of their shows, man, and they had Jerry the King Lawler there. That's actually where Justin is actually part of the Hell County Misfits. And
is this Jay Webb?
Yeah, Jay Webb, yeah.
All right, yes, I knew that fucking.
I know I'm calling him by his shooting name, but I mean, it's just one thing I don't know. I think I even called him Justin when I seen him. Too.
I don't know him personally, but I know his work, dude. I know his work. So yeah, I know who he is.
Him and his brother, bro, Chop. They we worked them, man, and I bet there was probably 4 in the crowd. I tell you what, the first show that me and my dad sold every fucking t-shirt we had after we worked fucking Hell County Misfits, we sold out every fucking shirt that we had on deck, man. And man, we had probably every bit of 30-40 shirts, you know what I'm saying? It was probably the show that we made the most money. We made more money off of selling shirts than we did probably that month in PO.
Well, here's the thing. Look, if you can get over, especially as a baby face, man, if you can get over with these people, that's how you make your money around our area, because nobody's making, even the guys who's making $50, $100 a pop, some of them maybe a little more here and there. That's about the limit on it, man. That's how these guys make their fucking money, dude, is off of gimmicks. Look at Sarge O'Reilly, man.
I made this myself, you know what I'm saying? It's got the PKAW logo on the back, man. That's kind of another little side hustle that I've been doing. All the PKAW shirts from day one's been all me. You know what I'm saying? I make them at the tattoo station in a little room, and so it's kind of fun to, when people are actually buying my shirt, I didn't just, go to the person and mass produce them. I actually got time and invested in these shirts. You know what I'm saying? It takes me a minute to do these shirts, and they're not vinyl, so it's not just printing out a sticker through a Cricut and sticking it to a fucking shirt with a press. Each time that I do a shirt, it takes me quite a few minutes to do one printout of a shirt. So man, I had a lot of time invested into it. It's a nice little side hustle. But after that show, that's when we kind of decided that we were going to try to, settle down and not hit the scenes like we was. And we were going to kind of find a home. But we didn't necessarily find the home yet. We went to EIW, and man, we was working EIW for a minute, man, and we worked Devil's Rejects a lot. Man, we worked Eric Wayne and this other cat. They had a tag team, man. I wish I fucking remember what they was, man. Man, they like shaved my head in the ring. They handcuffed me and shit, shaved my head in the ring and shit. It was a pretty dope ass time there, man. And we were there one night, and this was probably the craziest run into a wrestler that I probably got. We were there, man, and we were tag team champions for a while. I think we just dropped the belts, I think, or something, and we were still there working and shit, and a lot of guys, man, a lot of guys that, I grew into the business with were there,
Right.
So, man, there was quite a few. Chris Rocker was there, Cookie St. James, Missouri Bad Boys, quite a few people, man, and that was my next run-in was I ran into Mark Southern.
Mark Southern, that's who I was working with last weekend, dude.
Yeah, man. And I've seen Mark since this. So just so everybody knows, everything that we're talking about is all old past things, man. And like I said, man, there's still a few people that's butthurt, like Forrest. He's still a little butthurt over it and everything. But me and Mark,
you gotta tell me this story, dude. Now,
me and Mark actually had fucking talks, and things are not. Saying there ain't no heat there no more, but definitely going to get into this one because it was a crazy moment because, like I said, Missouri Bad Boys was one of the vets that I grew up with, having these guys around all the time because they were at TIWF a lot,
Right.
And, so, man, we were there chilling and getting ready for the show. The show was about to start. And when Missouri Bad Boys come, they come with 30 people. You know what I'm saying? They roll 30 deep. And, man, we were sitting there chilling out back. And me and my brother always came. And he was actually our trainee, but he was also our camera guy. He filmed every match that we did. And, man, so he would hang with me, you know what I'm saying? He would be with me or my dad, you know what I'm saying, in the back. He was learning man, just be real for a 300-pound dude, man, that motherfucker bumps like none of these other guys do, man. And it's actually a shame. I've been trying to get him to come and work PKW, let me get him back in shape and fucking get in there. He just doesn't. He just ain't found the motivation yet, but
dude,
so we're chilling.
Hold on just a second, Jett, before you go any further. You talk about getting back in there. Look, last Saturday, I got there about 4 fucking o'clock, so had my son with me, so I got him in the ring, just playing with him a little bit, and I decided I'm gonna take a bump. Now I hadn't took a bump in like 4 fucking years, and before that it was like 9 years, dude. I took a bump, man. Mark's got this Mark's got this brand new ring. It's not broke in yet. It used to be Red. It used to be Red's ring. It's a monster ring. Ain't broke in yet, dude.
Yep.
Look, I made sure I was in the center of that motherfucker too, man. When I hit that fucking mat, man, jarred me all the way through, man. I thought to myself, oh shit, I must be too old for this shit now, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you. I didn't go like practice nowhere or get in the ring nowhere. So PKAW was like my first show in a while, man. And I'm gonna tell you that first fucking bump when I was in there with Bullwhip, and that motherfucker was beating my ass, bro. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I told my dad the next day, I was like, I don't know if I want to do hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, bro. I'm like, I'm fucked up. Like really
that's a young man's sport, man. That's a young man's sport. Oh shit, hold on. Before we go any further, I got a comment. It's from our dude, the King Superstar Johnny Dotson is the best pound for pound, ounce for ounce in the business. Jett sounds like
weight, bro. How
Sounds
much
like a
you weigh, bro? I'm
challenge.
205 right now.
Johnny, I ain't gonna say nothing, but look, just a few minutes ago, I don't think you heard it. Jett said you might ought to get a job at the midget wrestling, man. That's just what he said, dude. I don't know, man. I'm just repeating what I heard, dude.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Oh, I heard you say it, dude. I heard you say it, man.
Man, so you took a bump, man. That's
205 pounds, Johnny says he is.
Oh, well, I'm 205. I'll bring the scales in here and stand on it. I'll show you. I'm 205
Damn.
right now.
It's weigh-in time,
so there
man.
can't be two of the best pound for pound guys. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're going to have to change that. Maybe he can drop weight. You know what I'm saying? Go down to like, you know, the little kid class. The 185.
Damn. Hey, Johnny, I know you watching, so look, if this match ever comes to fruition, I want to get y'all both on here, me in the center, and we're going to do it like a presidential debate, since I know both of you fuckers like to talk, and once you get talking, y'all won't shut up. We're going to put like a 2-minute clock on each one of you. You got 2 minutes to say your shit, and then it's the next dude's turn. Johnny says he's trying to get to 185. That's what his goal is.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Oh, shit.
Is he running from you, Jett, man?
Yeah,
you know you 205. Is he going to 185 to run?
How did I know what weight he was going to go to? Or is he
I don't know.
really running?
PK says he misses 185.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, so you bumped in that monster ring, man. I bet it did feel good though.
Man, now it took me, I swear to God, it took me about 10 minutes for my insides to quit jarring around. But dude, the next morning, I felt good. The next time we go, I'm going to go early and I'm going to get in there and play around a little bit with my son. And you never know, man. I ain't saying I'll get back in the ring, but if it goes to feeling right and I go to doing it enough, I know me, I know how I am. So,
yeah,
you never know, man.
Once it's in you, it's in you. You know what I'm saying? It will pull you back.
Hey, that bump pushed it fucking out of me. Look, Johnny's back. He says, I have a few dates with the NWA, and I'm going to talk to OVW. I have one more good run in me. I believe that, dude. I believe Johnny's got a good run left in him, man. He's still in good shape. And here's the thing.
If his shoulder and his knees can hold up.
Well, yeah. Johnny's mouth a lot of times overshadows his talent nowadays because he don't wrestle. He's not as active as he used to be. If Johnny was out there in the ring every week, couple times a week, I feel like a lot of people would start taking notice to, hey, Johnny can work, man. He's fucking good. He was always good, man. And now he's got maturity too. So, I think he's got a run left in him.
And he possibly does, but if he don't run against me, then I'm now self-proclaiming myself as the pound-for-pound best wrestler in Memphis. Let's go.
Damn, getting heated, man. All right, so take us back, man.
So, all right. So, back to this, man. So, we're chilling. I fucking walk out the door, man, to see where my dad is, scope where he's at. I see him over hanging out with Cookie St. James. So you already know the business, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. So I go back to get my brother, and I go back, and before I could fucking, like, go get there, you know what I'm saying, Mark Southern done caught my brother, bro. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing back here with a goddamn camera? And this motherfucker is drunk off his ass, bro. And I'm like, I walk up and I'm like, hey, bro. And I put my hand on his chest. I'm like, hey. And I put my arm around my brother. And I'm like, this is my brother. I was like, he here with me, bro. You know, and, you know, by the time this happened, man, I'm already, you know, 9 years in or something, 10 years in. You know, you ain't. You know, he's with me, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, kind of, you know, put some respect on it, you know, don't fuck with my camera guy, you know? And he was like, get him the fuck out of here. I don't want to see his goddamn face. I was like, bro, you need to calm the fuck down. And I was like, Corey, I was like, he's drunk. I was like, let's go, bro. And we walk out the door, and I got my arm around my brother. Actually, it's this arm right here, right? And my brother's here. And I'm walking, man, and I'm like, bro, he's drunk, bro. You just gotta look past that shit sometimes. He was like, man, he was like, I was just standing there. And look, if you know my brother, you know this motherfucker don't talk to nobody unless he's talked to. You know what I'm saying? And if he's holding a conversation, it's gonna be an intelligent conversation about wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm like, hey, you know, let's just go. You know, you know, and in the corner of my fucking eye, bro, I see Mark Southern running. And I'm going to tell you, man, I ain't think that motherfucker run like that. And in the corner of my eye, I see him running. And I turn back like this. And the man that balled his fist up like this running. To only I could presume that he's about to hit my brother.
Right.
From behind. So in mid him fucking rearing back, by the time he pulled back in mixed running, I done turned around and hit that motherfucker clean right in the goddamn eye socket. Boy, I'm gonna tell you, when I hit him, it was like, you know what I'm saying? And everybody shut the fuck up and looked over to see what the fuck that was, and all they seen was me on top of him. You know, putting the hands on him. You know what I'm saying? And it probably wasn't a proud moment, but it was definitely in a self-defense moment. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time I had seen, a wrestler, that said they're my brother, try to actually jump on my real blood brother. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing: nowadays, Mark Southern's done settled down a lot. He's got older and settled down. Him and Forrest both, but they were wild in their younger days, man. It wasn't.
It was.
You know,
man. I tell you what really kind of set it off, man. When he first got there, he got out to ride, bro. And I don't know if you know, Brian Marbury.
Yeah.
He does like country singing and shit. Yeah. And he wears a fucking $300, $400, $500 cowboy hat. Yeah. Man, he fucking took that dude's hat off of him and threw it down in the fucking mud right before he went through the fucking doors. You know what I'm saying? And then I go through the doors and I see him fucking with my brother, like right off the fucking rip. You know what I'm saying? I get my brother out. He comes running out. I fucking hit him. Bow. You know what I'm saying? Lays him down. I'm fucking on top of him, hitting him. Man, they fucking come, grab me up off of him. When I come up, bro, I got like 60 motherfuckers surrounding me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Mark Southern, he comes with 30, 40 motherfuckers deep every time he comes. And with the boys included, you know what I'm saying? There's probably every bit of fucking 50 people in the back already and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it just broke out. You know what I'm saying? I fucking got, when they fucking did, and all I could think of was, I'm probably about to get jumped. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get jumped. So, I did what I thought was best. And like I said, this is all over with now. This has all also been years ago. And, and I haven't told nobody this story. This is one I was just told myself I was going to hold in and carry it to the grave. You know what I'm saying? In my eyes, having that many people around me and not knowing who's with me and who's not with me.
Right.
In my offense, I made it to my bag and grabbed the gimmick out that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I wear an elbow pad, the same elbow pad you can see in the small corner of this. That same fucking red elbow pad, the same one. I grabbed the gimmick, fucking on my hand, fucking pull down my elbow pad, and I'm like, motherfucker, get close to me, I'm dropping them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just fucking drop them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, my dad's like, get the fuck away from everybody. So at EIW, man, they had one room and then they had another little backside room, right?
Right.
And, so they were like, I got my gimmick in my bag and shit. I was like, man, I got up out the building because I was like, ain't nobody gonna trap me in the building. At least I can fucking run away. So I'm like, and they got Mark Southern over here. His fucking eyes fucked up. He's still drunk. He's like, that motherfucker. I'm gonna beat his ass. That motherfucker. And man, my dad takes me over into the other fucking building. Chris Rocker's sitting in there getting ready, bro. In his drawers, you know what I'm saying? Putting his goddamn socks on, his boot socks, you know what I'm saying? Like, getting ready, you know what I'm saying? He's sitting there in the drawer. He's like, man, he's like, I'm about to fuck it. He's like, fuck this shit. He's throwing down it. He threw his gear down. And I was like, man, I apologize. I didn't know that shit was going to happen. And he was like, I'm fucking leaving. This is fucking pathetic. And I was like, I mean, I hope you ain't leaving because of me. He was like, no, man. He was like, this just, all this shit's fucking ridiculous. And, man, about that time, man, I didn't know. Mark that made his way around 50 motherfucking people to make it into this fucking room where I'm at. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's only me, my brother, and Chris Rocker. You know what I'm saying? And I'm leaned up against the wall like this, and I'm fucking hyped. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fucking 50 people. I'm going to jump. Next thing I know, here come Mark Southern through the goddamn door. He's like, you son of a bitch. And when he did, I hit that motherfucker again, dog. Look, I hit that motherfucker. And then I hit that motherfucker. And I'm hitting him with the gimmick, bro. Bow, hitting that motherfucker. I tell you what, Mark Southern a bad motherfucker because I never put that motherfucker to sleep, son. Never.
You seen this motherfucker's head? He got a head as big as my head, motherfucker. Big head motherfucker's hard to knock out, dude.
I swear to God, bro. It was the first time that I've hit somebody like hard as I fucking could. And it didn't rock that motherfucker to stop him. You know what I'm saying? He still was trying to get up and shit, trying to fight me, grabbing my leg and shit. And I'm like, and I'm fucking hitting that motherfucker, like, trying to get the fuck away from him and shit, dude. Like, it was, like I said, probably the craziest run with the wrestler, man. And, he was like, even before the night was over, man, because he didn't go. I didn't leave either. You know what I'm saying? As wrestlers, you know what I'm saying, we still have a fucking job to do, and I was there to fucking perform, and and so was he. And man, the whole night he was like, man, we can use this. This is good. This is good for wrestling. You know? He's like, this is some real shit.
Right.
He was like, and he was on that hype game of, we need to fucking use this as, some real fucking heat shit, and promote this as me and Mark Southern fucking really got into it. But I felt super fucking terrible. I was like, man, this is the worst way I want to fucking fight somebody. I understand if that motherfucker was like clean and he wasn't out thinking in a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? But dude, it was probably the worst fucking feeling ever, bro. Like, dude. Like I even told my dad on the way home, I was like, I feel like teetotal shit that it went down like that. But man, I don't honestly, I don't even know if it could have played out in my favor any other way. You know what I'm saying? It didn't play out in his favor, but it definitely was in my favor that night, you know what I'm saying? And the best man won that night, but
here's the thing, that's the fucking wrestling business. That's what's wrong now, is that guys don't settle their shit like men.
That's right.
I mean, we're wrestlers. Goddamn, we pretend to fight. We take a lot of fucking abuse pretending to fight each other. More than you normally do in real fights, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and that, that's what's wrong with wrestling now. Sometimes guys just got to settle their shit, and then it's over, and you move on, and everybody's good for a while.
Man, I believe Forrest, his tag team partner, was more pissed off about the whole situation than he was, because he was like, but like I said, before the end of the night, he was like, we're going to use this, motherfucker. And,
Forrest and Mark's old school guys, dude.
He came in that motherfucker like, who the fuck punched you like that? And I was like, motherfucker, you get close and I'm going to fucking do you the same goddamn way, motherfucker. Like, hey, that's exactly what I fucking told him. And he didn't fucking like me, bro. I was like, just don't fucking get by me, bro. Don't even make me feel like you're going to fucking do some shit, because I like I said, at this time, I was 25. And I done fought in the fucking cage. I was 3-0. I was 3-0 in the 155-pound class. And
Can't
bro,
nobody tell you shit, can they?
fuck no, man. Dude, I was over. I was wrestling every week, and in between wrestling, I was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like real fighting, not just out here in the yard, like in the cage fighting. You know, and yeah, at that time I was like, man, you motherfuckers. I was like, you get close, and I'm doing the same thing to you. And I think from that day forward, Force ain't really like me. And hey, I seen Mark multiple shows after all of this. And,
right.
You know, we did the damn thing, and you know, we all talked shit, and you know, like I said, he ain't who he used to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not who I used to be, because I don't think I would have ever allowed him. I would probably just grabbed his ass up. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, and like carried him to Cookie St. James and been like, hey, bro, get your fucking boy. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Now that I am who I am now, you know.
You gonna have to tell Cookie, go sedate this motherfucker, man. Get him sedated,
man. We need an extra, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
and this was long-haired Forrest, I'm assuming, not bald-head Forrest that we see today. Forrest still had that long black hair, that wild ass.
Actually, I think this was probably right when he was like going bald, man. This
really?
was like, yeah, this was probably like right then. You know what I'm saying? Man, like I said, it was old, so I'm not fucking 100%, man.
Man, I've been around Forrest since even before the Missouri Bad Boys. Forrest was a Missouri Renegade. Long before early 90s, probably 93, 94. Forrest is wild too, man. Wrestling was different back then too, man, than it is
was wild
now.
For sure, sure, bro. For sure. Yeah, man. And after that, shit, I think we worked there like 1 or 2 more times, and then AC Styles, man, he was booking for Don Bass over at SPWA, and yeah, I'm pretty sure SPWA.
Yeah, I think it's SPWA.
He asked, you know, how much would we, you know, charge to come in and shit, and my dad was like, you know, told him, he was like, shit, y'all come work a week, you know, or a couple weeks, you know, with us, and we went over there, man, and that's I think that really is what made me feel like we were respected. You know what I'm saying? Don Bass ran that show a little different than what everybody else did.
Right.
These guys that ain't been in it for fucking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, when we walk in the fucking room, when a vet fucking walked in the room, the vets didn't have to fucking go to them guys. Them guys came to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how you doing? Glad to see you here. You know what I'm saying? They made us feel more welcome than a lot of the shows. You know what I'm saying?
And here's
like,
something else
it could
too.
Be a home. You know what I'm saying?
Here's something else too. That shit with Mark Southern and shit. This is the wrestling business. That shit circulated around the shit. So a lot of times things like, here's the thing, in the wrestling business, you got to earn these guys respect one way or another, whether you do it in the ring because you're that good, you're that talented, you work that hard, or sometimes you got to just be, look at Dick Slater. You got to just be a hard ass sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Once you get these guys respect, it changes. The whole dynamic changes. Even the guys who don't like you, once they have to respect you, they might treat you one way behind your back, but when they're in their face, they don't treat you that same way. They might talk about you behind your back, but they don't do that shit to your face. And
straight up.
That's just part of the business.
And and Mark Southern even posted like his eye and shit. He was like, y'all say wrestling is fake, you know, and that's true. You know, a lot of people say wrestling is fake, but you know,
look,
if I slap you in your fucking face, you know,
as drunk as Mark was, he might not have never even felt none of that shit until the next day, man.
1000% didn't feel none of that shit, bro. I'm telling you, he didn't feel shit, bro. He's a wild animal.
Look, we got Cindy Eddington with us. She says, "Hey y'all, what's up, girl? Glad you're watching."
Appreciate you watching. Hell yeah. But yeah, man. So
Don Bass, SPWA, AC Styles,
so,
pick it up.
We go over there, and man, you know, and like I said, man, this is before, you know, they were just running a show. You know what I'm saying? They had like ATV in the back for the guys to watch, and me and my dad went over there, and you know, I think like AC had a little bit to do with that show. You know what I'm saying? Because AC was really the reason why we probably was there. You know what I'm saying? A shout out to AC, and he
Cindy's back. She said
he won.
She said nothing much. Cannot wait for the next
Hey,
PKAW show to kick off.
It's coming. Timing is everything, guys. And but we were there, and AC wanted, you know, and Don Bass, man, they wanted to take it from that, you know, that weekly show to like more of a production show that, you know, with good quality music, mics,
Right.
and, you know, cameras, and a little switch box and shit. And my dad had all that shit, you know, and so AC ended up buying all that from my dad, and we ended up hooking up a lot of that shit for him, get them kind of swapping some shit around, you know what I'm saying, so they could have some video footages. And man, we sat there, we would go up there 2-3 times a week and train the new cats that were there, and like Ronnie and Donnie, they were two cats probably ain't been in there like a year or two. You know what I'm saying? I actually was training with AC's boy, fucking Steven. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I this is before Steven was even working shows. You know what I'm saying? I gave him. And this is a funny story. We're working out, and man, he's young. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uh, every time that we would work out with them, we would make them put on a 5-minute little match, just a walkthrough match, you know what I'm saying, that they would have and perform, you know what I'm saying, and using the 5 basic moves, you know what I'm saying, just keeping them to the basics, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of people, when they start training, a lot of these kids don't even know what the fucking 5 basic moves are. If you know what the 5 basic moves are, you can run the whole match.
Right.
You can run a whole match. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys, they don't even use the 5 basic moves in their matches nowadays. So, you know, here's
the thing: if you know the basics in wrestling, if you're taught the basics and a good foundation, all the rest of it comes. Once you learn the basics, you can look at a move that you've never done before, and kind of once you know how things work, you can see it and then be able to do it.
Yep.
You know
and
what I mean?
Execute them a lot better, because guess what? You're in there and you're doing these 5 moves so much. So whenever you move on to the next move, you're wanting to do it clean and crispy that first time. So you're putting a little more effort to it, and you're actually making your ability to learn things improve faster. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys that are going in and they're being able to do moonsaults and jumping off the top ropes and shit. We didn't even teach them that shit. Like they had weeks of 2 to 3 day training a week, every week, even on the weekends when we wrestled. You know what I'm saying? These guys were working the 5 basic moves over and over and over. And it sucks. It does, man. But it teaches you how to fucking run a match without relying on something that's everybody calls being a spot monkey. You don't have to be a fucking spot monkey, you know what I'm saying, in every match. So we were teaching them. Steven hadn't even been working. He was still young, probably wasn't even 12, 13 years old or something, man, or something like that. And everybody paired up, and Steven was there, and I was like, I got Steven. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to work a match with Steven. Me and him, I pull him to the side. I go over everything. We go in there, and pretty much fucking nail a flawless fucking match. You know what I'm saying? With the kid that knew bare minimum. We worked the whole fucking match out cleanly. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think really, and if I'm wrong, Steven could say it, but I believe that really helped him build confidence was when he was in that fucking ring with me in that one match, because look where he's at now. He's learning. He's over at Bluff doing a thing, at MIW doing this thing. Right. You know, he stayed at SPWA.
He's a talented young dude, man.
Yeah, we've even used him at PKAW. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think I probably helped him a lot to build the confidence to know that he could go out there and nail a successful match, even though we didn't have no crowd. There was no hype behind it, but we really fucking went and worked. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it nailed out to be a good fucking match, man. And I think that kind of helped him build his confidence. And a lot more people were catching on after that match with him that, hey, you know, these motherfuckers are actually going to teach us some shit. And, man, at one time, I think we had like 8 to 10 people there coming, working out. And then all of a sudden, Johnny Morton and BB shows up to work the show. And all the girls that we've been training for fucking weeks are now going to be trained by Johnny Morton and BB. And that lasted about a week or two. And all that shit fucking fell apart. We had these motherfuckers coming to the building throughout the week and shit. And then I don't know what happened. Because after that happened, I was like, well, if they're going to do that, then they're going to train everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And part of that was like that girl, Jade. She, I don't know if she's working anymore, you know what I'm saying? But Jade was part of that. Diana Taylor, DDT, she was part of that. And like 2 other girls. And, you know what I'm saying? And they all kind of was just like, well, we're going to start training the females. And I was like, well, if you're going to train the females, because they were learning better than the fucking guys was, you know what I'm saying? At least
Right.
they fucking show it. The thing about the girls was they were there every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? That was the kicker about the girls. That's why they were progressing faster. That's why they were doing more, because
Right.
they were fucking there every day, you know? And the other people, you know, they might be there a day or 2 out of the week, but they weren't inconsistent. So, man, we had a fucking good run there. And shout out to Don Bass, because that motherfucker paid us really good. He let us keep all training money. That was another thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, you know, we weren't even charging no much. I mean, I think it was like $20 a session or something.
Right.
And, man, we worked for fucking 4 or 5 hours sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And we was driving all the way there. You know what I'm saying? And it was, you know, 1.5 hours-ish for us to drive over there to Pocahontas or whatever. But after they took over that,
hold on a minute, Jett. I got something I want to backtrack just a little on this. First of all, Patty Eddington's with us. She says hello.
What's
Hello,
up, Miss
Patty. I
Patty?
appreciate you watching with us too. Let's backtrack a little bit. So, was this your first dealings with Johnny when at SPWA?
No, man. I've known Johnny from my fucking beginning of my career, before me and my dad was even partners and shit. Me, my dad, and Johnny had a fucking, the first time I ever wrestled with Johnny, we was at the New Daisy in Memphis, and it was for Lacey Ferguson.
Yeah, we had this story. We've had these Lacey stories.
Yeah, but that was the first time I actually ran into Johnny, and you know, me and Johnny, I guess we weren't at this time at SPWA. We had been around each other a few times, but we weren't like tight. You know what I'm saying? But you know, BB on the other hand, I've been around BB longer before Johnny. You know what I'm saying? And me and BB were tighter. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how more or less, you know, Johnny and me formed together. Because honestly, what made me and Johnny real tight was when I told him my plans and what I wanted to do. He was the first motherfucker to say, "I'm backing you." You know what I'm saying? And that's why the whole deal with PKAW, the KAW deal, that's why it hurt me more, not in the fucking wrestling business sense, but more on a personal level. Because, you know, when motherfuckers was like, "Nah, that shit ain't gonna work. Nah, you're not gonna be able to do that." You know what I'm saying? Johnny was like, "What can we do to make it better? What can we do to make next month even better? You know what? I'm gonna bring my fucking popcorn machine. We're gonna fucking give away ices and shit. We're having 200-300 fucking people in my back fucking yard." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like motherfuckers ain't even coming to wrestling shows. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so we were doing something right, and we did it on a Sunday, man. You know what I'm saying? So you know, so no, it wasn't my first run in with Johnny, and at that time, you know, I didn't understand why they would kind of, you know, want the girls, but you know, the girls were consistent. They had money every time.
Right.
I'm not about money, so it didn't really bother me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't really bother me that, you know, if they needed money and they wanted to fucking work them girls and collect that money, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, my dad never raised me like that because, you know, he raised me anything can happen at any time. So
Right.
that means you could be a rich motherfucker today and a broke motherfucker tomorrow. You know
Dead motherfucker tomorrow, man.
That's why I'm keen on, you know, what I have, and you know, it's not the best right now, but in a couple of years, everything's going to be paid off, and I'll be able to do things and move differently, and so money's not really a thing for me, and I just I didn't care. My dad didn't really care. They were closer, so they started doing the damn thing, and then shit, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think this was the first show that I ran into the biggest turd in the wrestling business, and that's Bam Bam Bundy.
Spit it out, man.
This is the first show I ever fucking ran into fucking Bam Bam Bundy, and this motherfucker comes in looking like a big ass fucking green turd in his fucking onesie that he done fucking. This was before Bam Bam was Bam Bam. You know what I'm saying? This was when he first started. He wore the fucking whole one suit, and it was fucking like camouflage or something. Some shit that, you know, he had back when he went hunting with his daddy or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That he had in the closet. He just pulled out. And he rode in with Brian Christopher. Man, and let me tell you this. And I ain't... whatever you want me to do, hand on the Bible, I tell you my first impression of Bam Bam. This motherfucker got sick in the goddamn ring. This motherfucker couldn't even run ropes and shit. And like he literally fucking got sick. And he tried to say that, you know, it was his stomach and he was, you know, it was fluctuating and shit. Nah, motherfucker, you was out of shape. And you thought you was going to go in there and run some shit, and the motherfucker got overwhelmed and got sick in the goddamn ring. You know what I'm saying? I like that was probably the craziest shit. And look, he was running with fucking Brian Christopher. Nobody can ever doubt that. But, well, I'm going to say this, and this is all I'm going to say, is that the loyalty that he proclaims that was there, you know, when he was out there, that motherfucker was shitting on him while he was out there in that goddamn ring. And and everybody can say what they want to say, and I ain't trying to start no shit with it, but if you was in the fucking back, you knew Brian Christopher was like, yeah, no, he was using that motherfucker for everything that he could fucking get out of that motherfucker, and that's all that was for Brian Christopher, and that let me know. And then that, look, this is the crazy thing, is at this point in my career, I've always heard of like wrestlers using other wrestlers when they're breaking in, and I've always
that's how a lot of guys get broke into business. Just exactly that, dude.
And you know, and I always heard like, you know, guys using like ring rats for fucking their gear and shit. You know what I'm saying? And basically, you know, he was like, you know, yeah, I'm riding around with him, but this motherfucker sucks and shit, and you know, and you know, true, at that time, Bundy did fucking suck. He sucked bad, dude. I even told him that shit. I was like, you fucking, what the fuck was that? You know, and you know, he got better obviously over time. You know what I'm saying? It all takes time. You know what I'm saying? But my first time meeting Bundy was with Brian Christopher, and to hear how the loyalty was there, but he was shitting on him in every fucking locker room when he fucking went out there and worked and shit. It's crazy.
Here's the thing, dude. It's kind of like Gary Nation's doing the Lord Humongous gimmick. If you don't look like Sid or Jeff Van Camp, that's a hard gimmick to do. And here's the thing about Bam Bams in the wrestling business. There's only two: Bam Bam Bigelow and Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
Yeah.
There's only two Bundys in the world that matter. Al Bundy and King Kong Bundy. Simple as that, man. That's a hard gimmick to me, that'd be a hard gimmick to
hold up to, yeah.
Yes, man, it's hard.
And really and truthfully, Bundy's not even that big. I mean, yeah, he's a little big, but he's not that big of a dude. Like, we've seen bigger dudes, you know what I'm saying? So to have the Bam Bam Bundy gimmick, like you said, you know what I'm saying? You should have been, I think, a little bit of a bigger dude. And, you know, and if you can't do a backflip off the fucking top ropes, you can't have fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen Bam Bam.
Well, here's the thing. Both Bam Bams could fucking move in the ring. Yeah. Both of them big and agile as hell. King Kong Bundy. Now, once the King Kong Bundy everybody knows in the WWF, that's the character King Kong Bundy. But King Kong Bundy for a big fucking dude could move too. He could really go, man. Look, I'm glad you was looking at that. Big Mike's up here. He says, hey, what's up, guys? Damn good match last night. The best announcer in the world needs to come check out PKAW.
Well, you know, Big Mike, we are looking for us a good commentator, man. The last commentator we had, and I ain't going to say no name, Midnight Rider, he said that Daddy Kane said he couldn't come either. He jeopardized his spot at Bluff City too, so.
Damn, look, you done told a story about Mark Southern, who I was with last Saturday. Believe it or not, me and Ryder are the commentary team, man. He was the straight man, I was the color dude.
I think, honestly, man, you know, Midnight Rider came for PKAW Raw, and he didn't. I don't think he knew what to expect, you know what I'm saying? And when I came out there and I grabbed the mic from him and I started fucking cussing and shit, and I gave him the mic back, man. He was so like clusterfuck. Like he was like he started talking and like I don't know if I shocked him with how many F-bombs I dropped and how many times I was like, fuck Bullwhip Balor, fucking pussy motherfucker.
That right there is what probably threw him off, man, because here's the thing. He got to go back over and work with Bullwhip and Johnny and all these guys.
Well, actually, I take that back. I opened up the show for the second show. He actually didn't come on the third show because of the Bullwhip deal and Johnny Dotson. But the second show was actually what I was talking about. And I was just out there just rambling and talking shit, getting the crowd fired up and cussing. And like, I'm about to fucking go and get ready. And we're fucking about to get rolling. And I hand him back off the fucking mic. And he goes to talking. And he starts stumbling over his words. And he's like, shit. He was like, y'all got me. And he just starts taking off his shit. And I guess finally you could tell he was starting to loosen up because he ain't never been able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
A bar show where you can say what the fuck you want to.
Yeah.
If you ain't never done it, it takes you a minute to kind of loosen up. When your whole career you've used to being restrained or having to be restrained on what you say, and then you go into a bar. Look, when we were doing KAW Full Blast, man, I got to where I'd be in Osceola and I wouldn't be thinking about it or anywhere on a normal fucking show. And I'm out there I'm running spots with guys cussing motherfuckers in the audience, saying motherfucker and pussy and all this shit, dude. Man. I get to the back, Moondog's like, hey, man, you're going to have to ease that language up, dude. And I'm like, some of it I didn't even realize I fucking said, dude, because it just becomes second nature to you.
Look, I went over to TIWF and they gave me a mic. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking talk on the mic, motherfuckers. And when I do, I cuss. And then it took everything I had to do my little fucking 30-second mic spiel and only say one cussing word. You know what I'm saying? Only one. I only said one, and it was ass. You know what I'm saying? So I did pretty fucking good, I think, to go over there and talk the shit and not cuss like Look, and I'm going to tell you, I almost a couple of times I had to like, oh, don't say that shit. Don't say that shit.
Right.
But,
Big Mike's back, and he says, shoot me a message later. I would love to work for y'all.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
Big Mike, sure. I'm telling you right now, 15% of your booking fee, man. I'm just telling you, dude. Just cut that. I'll hit you with my cash app, man. When you get that PO, send me my 15.
Hey, man,
dude.
That makes two, bro. That makes two,
Well, yeah, there you go, man. No, Johnny, I definitely want 15% of Johnny's booking fee because I know it's going to be more than Big Mike's, man. I definitely want 15% of
Hell
Johnny's booking
no,
fee,
Johnny's
man.
working for free.
We'll see.
If he can't sell tickets, and I don't know if he could put asses in the seats at PKAW because you know, the self-proclaimed independent hero, the PKAW heavyweight champion. You know, the boy, they love me. You know what I'm saying? So they come to see your boy. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know who a King is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to do a lot of promoting to try to get that guy over. So
Look, before we go any further, let me ask you something. Because here's the worst thing you can do in wrestling is react emotionally, out of emotion.
yeah,
That'll always, look, no matter what it is, it's always the wrong decision when you just immediately react out of emotion. Man, the wrestling business, no matter what happens, I've learned, no matter how pissed I might be, I pull back just a little bit
look, I'm
and
not even gonna lie.
strategize.
I got some screenshots, bro. And I wanted to send them to you. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to send you some screenshots of our shit. And I wanted to say some shit, but like you said, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't react out of emotions because, you know, I feel, you know, I might feel, you know, a little disrespected of the whole KAW thing, you know what I'm saying? Because how things went down and I did nothing wrong. And
Right.
I feel like, you know, nobody's even reached out to me about that or even asked me to be a part of it, except Terry. But he reached out to me in a whole different type of way. I was like, mother, what? You know, but I'm not gonna say nothing because, you know, I feel like I sparked that fire for the KAW. And
Dude, I don't think there's any doubt about that, dude.
If
I don't.
people do doubt it, all I can say is if you go and look at, and this is all I'm gonna say, is you go look at my videos that I posted for the KAW reunion tour that I was gonna put on that PKAW was trying to do for them. They're thousands of views, bro.
I don't think there's any doubt whatsoever, Jett, about.
Nobody's hitting them numbers. I went and looked, and like I said, I took some screenshots because I was gonna. But I don't want that to be about that because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, maybe, you know, like I said, timing is everything. And you know, maybe you can never say never. And I didn't leave on bad terms with Mr. Terry. So, and I did nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, I don't think that's even into question. And I don't think there's no question that y'all kind of sparked when y'all decided to do especially when you went to talk to Terry originally. Mm-hmm. I think that kind of planted the seeds and started it. And here's the thing. If the thing with y'all would have worked out, I don't know if the KAW thing that's going to happen in September would even be happening because if it would have worked out like you wanted it to,
yeah, because
like everybody wanted it to, dude.
Right, the third show was all KAW stars and just two of our champions.
But I don't think there's any doubt whatsoever that was the spark to kind of light the fire under everybody. It did me, dude. Look, I've been posting KAW matches and seeing the reactions they got and the feedback, but it never even crossed my mind to go to Terry and say, hey, man, I want to run a fucking KAW show. Never even crossed my fucking mind, dude, until y'all done it. And so I don't think there's no doubt in anybody's mind that that's what sparked the KAW reunion show that's going to happen, dude. Mm-hmm. And like you said, dude, anything can happen. There is a long time between now. There's a long time between now and September, man.
Yeah, and maybe if the King comes out of hiding and actually has a match with me, maybe they could start putting some respect on my name. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, I took Terry's advice, man. I slowed down with all the lies and saying shit just because what I see on Facebook, you know, makes me feel some type of way. It's not about me anymore. It's about the brand PKAW. And,
right.
You know, and everything that I've learned from working the show at Don Bass's show, how he carried the show, to how TIWF carries their show, even how Bluff carries their show. I mean, everybody carries their shows a certain way, and I'm just trying to find my way, and my dad's backing me 100%, no matter what. He pretty much he's really like, sometimes he's like, back off a little, you know what I'm saying? And he has to kind of check me a little bit, you know. But man, I do want to react sometimes, and I do want to say some shit, because I feel like, you know, I should have the respect from the guys by now to say, hey, you know what? Let me look back and see, you know, every time he posted a KAW was happening, you know, we're talking 1,000+ views on each one of them. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else that's posting KAW, and I ain't knocking them, but they're not getting thousands of views on their fucking shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, I did like that fire for KAW, and I hope that, you know, even if my part of that KAW show, if I am a part of that show, even if my part's there just to help out, I still feel like that respect should be mutual, because, you know, like I said, I did nothing wrong, and I think we showed KAW fucking really good fucking, you know what I'm saying, like, hospitality. Ask all the fucking KAW stars that came in. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think I don't think any of that's in question.
You know what I'm saying? We fed our guys. We pay our guys good. They have pretty much creative control, and all we ask for is to be loyal. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and not to work whoever shows in the same city as me. That is one of my biggest pet peeves, is you go work their show in another city, but don't work their show in the same city as me. Other than that, man, you know, we showed everybody fucking, you know what I'm saying, hospitality. I thought we did, and we, you know, we made it safe for everybody, and you know, we didn't nobody get hurt. It was a clean show.
Right.
I hate that I don't have the footage, but you know, I feel like,
I wonder if that shit will ever see the light of day. That first show, I wonder if it'll ever see the light of day, man.
I don't know.
I would like to see.
Johnny still won't talk to me. I can message him right now while we're talking. He will not respond to me. He just look at my message. It's like he don't even like. I don't know. It's really weird. And like I said, man, I feel some type of way, because, you know, he was there for me when, you know, nobody was. You know, so you know, so
here's the thing.
Crazy.
The wrestling business can wreak havoc on personal relationships. It's as simple as that. Whether it's with you and your old lady, or with you and your friends, or even family, the wrestling business can wreak havoc on a personal relationship. I've actually had a not a on the phone, but a text message conversation, or a messenger conversation with Johnny one time, I think once or twice since then. Everything's kind of just laid where it is, man. Here's the thing. I feel like I kind of got caught in the middle. I mean, honestly, because here's the thing. There's a company out there that are actively either discouraging or trying to outright ban their talent from coming on this podcast, and I don't understand that, because I think my track record ought to speak for itself. Now, I've never brought one person on this fucking podcast that I didn't try to make look better than they were when they came on. That's not what I do, dude.
I've heard, you know what I'm saying, and like I told you, my first, like, time I started talking on the podcast, I told you before your numbers started popping off like this and you started really focusing in, that you had something. And if motherfuckers get butt hurt because you allow us to have a platform to actually speak on wrestling things and bring to light these bad wrestlers that are draining the business, then let them motherfuckers be butthurt. I mean, your numbers are still growing, so you doing something right. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking. I see your numbers, bro. They're good.
Here's the thing. This is the wrestling business. It'll all come full circle somewhere down the line. Here's what'll happen. Either the guys who are being discouraged or outright told don't go on there, somewhere down the line they'll realize that, you know, why All you got to do is go watch. You can start right now with this show and watch every show backwards, and you're not going to see one time, especially since it's just been me. Now, this whole podcast was originally invented by Mark Southern and Mike Fortenberry, West Coast Mike, and it was because I wrote some shit on Facebook that was getting a lot of heat, mainly with Johnny Dotson. So that's where it was born at, but it immediately changed after the first show we did, and then once they went to doing their own thing, and it was me by myself, all you got to do, any promoter out there, I've not one time brought one motherfucker on here that I went after or anything. I feel like it's my job. What I do is to bring guys on here, help maybe get them some more exposure, and I feel like it's my job to help put everybody over. Like you said, us a platform. It's not just for it's not just for you. It's not just for Johnny Dotson. I feel like I'm the one place where any promotion can send their talent and be confident that I'm not going to bag on their company, bag on their talent, bag on them. I'm going to bring them on and try my best to make them look as good as I possibly can. That's just as simple as that, man.
That's right. That's right.
And if you want to, I don't look, and it's all based on me being caught in the middle.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of
the
people
PKAW thing, man.
Yeah, and I totally understand that because I mean, realistically, I mean, you had already talked to Terry and you were already posting KAW things, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you were kind of a little more tied in than a lot of other people are, because you know, not everybody needs to be let in, but you know, I look at it like this: is that you give a platform to hear both sides of the story. Because if people didn't hear my side of the story, then Johnny, Bundy, all of them would have ran my fucking name down to all these other promotions, making me look like the bad guy. And when I still don't know why Bundy no-showed me, besides I wouldn't book one dude. Like, I'm not
here's
booked,
the thing,
you know? So
all those guys
speak my side, you know.
They can have the same. They can come on anytime they want
and
say their side of the story. That's what I do.
The thing is they can't come on here and say their side of the story because it looked exactly like my side of the fucking story. You know what I'm saying? Besides,
so are you saying
words?
So you saying it might be some CM Punk footage? Is what you're saying? Man, you know what I mean?
Like exactly. Like that's why they haven't went on any podcast to say my name or mention me or anything, because they know I have screenshots to prove everything I do, because Bundy went and blocked me. And like I told everybody he would do. But before a motherfucker blocks me, when I know things are going south, yeah, I took some screenshots. And like I said, I ain't aired them out, and I probably won't ever air them out. Right. But if somebody questions my character or PKAW's brand, I mean, I will drop them motherfuckers and I will expose everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I have nothing to hide. I did nothing wrong. And I feel like I felt like I got the worst end of the deal because I had to fucking explain myself to people. Like, I shouldn't have to fucking explain myself. If I fucking own PKAW and I don't want to book somebody, guess what? I still books you. You fucking come do your job. You know? Like if my dad and me was partners and somebody said, well, I'll pay you $150 PK to come work my show, but I don't want to use Jett. You think my dad's going to say, no, I'm not going to go work that show for $150? I won't let my dad say that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's my dad, and he rolls with me. You know what I'm saying? I roll with him. But to get exposure and get money and you know, Bundy was supposed to be part of this deal, you know what I'm saying? And Johnny was supposed to be part of this deal. So, you know, I felt really weird that I was doing a lot of the work and everybody wanted a lot of the fucking claim to the fame, you know what I'm saying? But wasn't nobody out there posting posters like me. You know what I'm saying? Me and my old lady riding around, my old lady driving me around. And you know, before me and her got together, she ain't never even been to a wrestling show. You know what I'm saying? Like, And she's in this shit to fucking win it with me. You know what I'm saying? And she knows nothing. Zero. I took her to a show, fucking T-Pain, wrapped this fucking chain around me, punched me in the fucking head, and wrapped the chain around my hand, and fucking I pinned him 1-2. The ref seen the fucking chain and disqualified me. She thought I really was fucking punched. She's over here behind me, not knowing that she's fucking fighting the goddamn security guards. You know what I'm saying? She's like really got and my stepson, he don't know no better. He sees his mom fighting security guards, so he's trying to choke one of the security guards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, and it that lets you know that, you know, she's in this shit to win it, and she has to know any information. She knows zero of what's going on.
Right.
But she's in it with me. You know what I'm saying? I can't ask for somebody better to back
And that,
me what she
here's
is.
the thing. That's what you got to find in the wrestling business, man. I wrote a thing a few weeks ago about the wrestling business, and one of the biggest problems is nobody trusts nobody. And here's the thing. Wrestling is a DTA type of business. Don't trust anybody. But just like in real life, how you figure out who you can and can't trust is by trusting people. And when they fuck you over, you know you can't fuck with them. If they stick by you, here's what I said. Embrace the ones who stick by you and avoid the ones who don't.
That's some real shit.
And that's the thing, man. You have to trust people to learn who you can and can't trust. Most people's going to turn out to be non-trustworthy. But when you find them few that stick with you, that's the people who's going to help you succeed. Not just in life, but in wrestling, but in life too, man.
And you wouldn't think that, like, and there's going to be people that surprise you that you didn't think that would be down for you, but they're fucking 100% down for you. And I have to say, shout out to Steel Cross. Man, there's not nothing them guys probably wouldn't do for me, man. And that's hard to fucking find, man. You know what I'm saying? When two motherfuckers are really down to ride this fucking PKAW shit out with you, them motherfuckers are really down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
here's the thing, man. Them dudes could be them dudes are a franchise team. They're just waiting for the right franchise to realize that, man. They could be the tag team of a company. Could be the face of the tag team of any company.
And they're undefeated for PKAW as we speak. So, you know,
right?
It says a lot, man. When I don't even, like, when I say my dad rides with me, I do a lot of the sponsoring getting and flyer putting up, but all the small detail of lining these guys up, booking who and who together, doing a storyline, I have zero part in that. You know what I'm saying? My dad is fully committed to that, and he pretty much runs the show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When we're there, he runs the show. I do all the in-between bullshit. He does all the bullshit at the show. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we work as a good team, because if I had to do it at all, I'd probably lose my fucking mind like Poker Face. So I'm glad to have my dad riding with me, man, and him taking that relief that I don't have to try to come up with fucking storylines and execute good matches too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I mean, I went back and I watched all the matches, you know, and I've even told his tag team partner, and I told his grandma, and, you know, this ain't no diss to Charlie, but I told everybody before we go out there, I was like, you know, this isn't your kid's show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You go out there, all I ask, bring that intensity. I don't tell these guys what they do. I let my dad handle all that, but you got to fucking come out there and bring it. I went back and I watched the matches, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, we're going to drop a few people. We're going to gain a few people.
You seen the same thing I seen. Look,
Charlie,
I wasn't going to say nothing.
Bro.
Here's the thing.
The fuck out of me.
Until you've actually been in that weapons environment and work with these weapons. Hey, here's the thing. When you're dealing with chairs and kendo sticks and shit, sometimes you just got to take the shots, man. That's the business. That's what it's about.
You got to give the shots too. I was more disappointed on his execution on. I think he went too light on steel cross. I think they should have. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to fucking come in to beat the fucking team that is undefeated, you better fucking bring that shit. You better fucking whoop them motherfuckers' asses. And I'm going to tell you something about steel cross. They like a good ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? They like a good ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? And
here's
look,
the thing. I was impressed.
They're going to whoop their own ass in that match. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was impressed with those dudes on the very first show y'all had because
man,
they hadn't really never been. I'm sure they've used chairs and used kendo sticks and used weapons, but it's a different environment when that shit's free and you can just weave it in throughout the whole match.
And you know, and a lot of people do hardcore matches like you said, and it's normally chairs. Kendo sticks is always a fucking thing, and
garbage cans and garbage cans lids.
You might get a garbage can every now and then. You might get a garbage can lid, but when you start throwing a shopping cart and crutches and tables and you know a little bit of the extra shit, you know what I'm saying? This past time we added barbed wire.
You can't be scared. You can't be scared to get hit, man. You can't be scared to get hit with these things.
Yeah,
and here's something people don't realize about a kendo stick. The faster and the harder you swing it, the less it hurts.
Yeah,
that's from my experience, man. The faster and the harder. Same thing with a metal. Look, there's an art to swinging a chair at somebody's head, man, and connecting solid, make a good sound, but there not really be a whole lot of impact, man. It took me a couple of years to really understand that, really realize how to swing a fucking chair where the people like, oh fuck, and it connects and people can sell, but then you get in the back and ask the people and they're like, man, I barely felt that fucking chair, but yet it sounded like a fucking gunshot.
That's good too, because I'm gonna tell you, I've seen a lot of people picking up chairs, swinging them here lately. Because
don't pick up a weapon if you ain't gonna use it.
I just feel like that since PKAW came along, that there's a lot of more promotions trying to do hardcore shit. Now. And I ain't gonna say no names, but their shit's looking really weak, and they shouldn't fucking do hardcore if they're not gonna fucking go out there and perform and put their bodies on the line. And you know, that's our team meeting that we have. I tell everybody to be safe, have a good time, but give it your all, because you know what I'm saying? It's hard, and it's easy to have a show once a year and have a bunch of people, and it's easy to have a home show where there's all ages. But when adults form and you got 80 to 100 people in a fucking building and they're all adults, you have to fucking turn it up. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a little bit extra, and you know, and it's cool that they have them hardcore shows with the kids and shit. But like you said, they're swinging the chairs and they're not even making it look good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're going to use weapons, use them properly. If you don't know how to use a weapon, don't fucking use that weapon. You know what I'm saying?
And don't swing that motherfucker unless you're going to lay it in where it's sellable and viable to the fans.
I'll tell you a story a few years back, right? CT Jordan. This motherfucker goes to a promotion, and this is also not only, look, I tell you, a group of these kids that we were working out over at fucking SPWA, they actually contacted another organization and was like, yeah, we're being trained by Jett Hero and PK Ripper. Well, that promotion actually contacted us and was like, you don't fucking training these guys? We was like, fuck no. You know what I'm saying? So that Saturday when we got there, we was like, you motherfuckers better not go to any more goddamn shows saying that. We're fucking training you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because until a motherfucker completes training, we didn't train you. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't finish training with us, then you can't actually say that we trained you. You know what I'm saying? We worked you guys out. You know what I'm saying? They were already working shows. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to make them a better, you know? And but CT went to a fucking show. This kid had minimum training. He was a fucking referee or some shit. And CT hits this motherfucker with a chair and splits that motherfucker's head open. I'm talking about bad, bro, bad. And then fucking posts it online bragging about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bragging that this motherfucker, he split a motherfucker open.
Right.
And I got on there and I commented. I was like, that dude isn't even fucking trained. And he was only a referee for like 3 shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even, he wasn't even like a full-time referee. And I was like, you took him over there and you fucking crushed this kid's head in with a fucking chair. You know what I'm saying? Split him open. And John LaFont just said, you talking too much shit. Shut the fuck up. But splits the kid open, brags about it, man. But that goes to show you that if you're untrained and you're fucking in there with weapons, how dangerous it can fucking be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, we had 3 successful shows using multiple style weapons. Nobody got hurt like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us were hurt. You know what I'm saying? But nothing was actually physically done like that. So you know, if you can't swing a chair, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it.
And don't go to hardcore shows unless you're willing to take those licks. I mean, you look, if I'm gonna hit you in the back with a chair, then you're gonna get hit with this fucking chair. There ain't no working that shot. I mean, there's just not.
I know that for a fact. I took 2 to the back from Dixie.
Dude,
because
I mean,
of my mama. Like, so,
well, I mean, that's just you. There's certain things you just gotta take, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's just the way it is. But I seen the same thing you seen. I never hadn't said nothing about it, but I seen what you seen, man, on that
and
show.
It was a few years ago and shit. And I seen CT since then. And I was like, why the fuck you did that shit to that kid? He was like, well, he called it. It doesn't matter if he calls it. He's untrained.
Right.
What the fuck? That right there. You know, and I imagine CT never done that shit ever since then. You know what I'm saying? Because I hope it was an eye-wagoner for a lot of kids that, you know, if you don't know, fucking ask a vet if you should do that. If you feel like you should do it, ask the guy that's been in the business, that's in that locker room, should you do it? And they're either going to tell you, yeah, you should do it this way, or no, you ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And listen to them motherfuckers, you know?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of them, they see veterans and pros use these weapons and laying them in and stuff, and they think that you're just hitting guys with it. Well, partly you are, but there's an art to using weapons, every kind there is, too. There's an art to swinging a chair. There's an art to swinging a kendo stick. There's an art to working barbed wire. Here's the thing I hate. When I was a kid, if there was a barbed wire match booked, you didn't even, motherfuckers tried to avoid the barbed wire for as long as possible. Now, it's like, immediately the bell rings, fuck it, let's just both run into the barbed wire. I'm like,
barbed wire, hit each other.
Here's the thing, you're missing the psychology of what the barbed wire match really is about. It's about you trying to stay out of the barbed wire but put your opponent in it. It ain't about both of you just rolling around in fucking barbed wire, man.
That's right. I mean, that's another thing, man. So after the whole Don Bass deal, and we fucking was there for a while, and we went bounced around a couple other shows. We kind of, you know, my dad, it was like, you know, I think I'm gonna take a little time off, and so we both decided to take a little time off, and that's where it led into 6 years of just working here and there. So when we decided to do this, and you know, we decided that we wanted to be different than what everybody else is doing. And I understand some house shows that are running weekly, they have to go out there and they have to keep the fans on their fucking toes every fucking week. So they have to do crazy shit. But when we started PKAW up, and me and my dad discussed it, the thing I asked him was that he stays on these guys, that they're not just going out there grabbing fucking weapons, and every fucking match, every fucking weapon's being used. I don't like that. And I told him that, and he was right on key with me too. You know what I'm saying? When I told him that I want it to be a build up. So first match might not even use no weapons.
Right.
Second match, let them choose a weapon. Third match, they get a little more aggressive. Fourth match, fifth match. Come sixth and seventh match, that's all weapons, everything goes type thing. And it's a build up. And when I told my dad that, my dad was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's what he wants to see come out of this. So we're not killing the fans with everything in the first fucking match. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody got to go out there and top that. But I even said something in the back at TIWF when I went back to TIWF. These guys, man, and I see how their house show has to be, and I think they felt I think they have to go out there and kill that crowd with every move, running. I had a match with some guys, and we did like a fucking tag team match or whatever, and I tagged with Jordan, one of their young guys,
Jordan Sanders?
No, Jordan, no, that's Tommy Redneck, ain't it?
No, Jordan Sanders is
Jordan
Taylor's what he wrestles as.
No,
young blonde-headed kid.
What was Tommy's real name though?
I don't have no idea, dude. Here's the thing. There's motherfuckers I've known for 30 years, and I still don't know their fucking real names, man.
I'm pretty sure. I thought it was something Sanders. Tommy
We're
Sanders.
talking about two different dudes, though.
Maybe. All right, so, yeah, this young kid, he's Jordan Taylor, and I tagged with him, and we're wrestling against some of their other younger guys, and, we go out there, and we're having our match and shit, and we're flowing, everything's flowing. But what I seen in that match was that I was I was the first one to do a drop kick. I do a drop salt where I lay out for a backflip. When you see a guy do a move, that should mark that move off. You shouldn't do that move no more. And these guys did a move too. So there was 4 drop kicks in one fucking match. You know what I'm saying? They don't. I feel like they have to fucking keep it competitive.
That's where psychology should always come into play, and that's the problem.
I'm thinking, in my head, I'm like, I just did a drop kick, guys. You should probably focus on something else. But everybody wants to get their moves in. But what I noticed, man, is that everybody wilds out. And it's just not them. I mean, I watched some shit at MIW. I don't feel like nobody has a building point no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, let's go out there. We're going to do everything we can do in this fucking 12-minute match. And then I go out there and I feel this, I guess this is the turning point of my career. Is that I seen myself as them guys, you know what I'm saying, doing that move after move after move, and I'm out there and I'm thinking, I'm doing like 6 moves and we're going home. God damn it, I'm not with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I guess this is the turning point of my career that I'm like, I see what the vets were saying when I was their age, and I was going out there and I was just slamming all my moves that I could do. And so this past weekend, you know how it is. You get word of what's going on. This is building to this point. So you going over your shit with your partner, which I tagged with Zach O'Brien, and and I tell Zach, I'm like, we're babies. You know what I'm saying? My first thing was the smallest guys taking heat.
Right.
Well, the smallest guy is fucking Brian Starr, and he's fucking heel. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, sounds like the heel's taking heat. I was like, I outweigh that dude by 100 pounds. So how is this kid, you know what I'm saying? How are we going to put that over that this kid's supposed to beat me up and I'm 100 pounds heavier than him? You
Yeah,
know,
but there
and
ain't no such thing as
well now
I mean, the heat goes on the baby face, dude. If you don't put the heat on the baby face, you ain't got shit.
So he comes in, the kid comes in, and I'm like, we play paper rock scissors. You're fucking taking heat, kid. And he was like, what? What? I'm fucking healed, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I'm just fucking with you, right? So I lay out, you know, and I'm a different style wrestler. You know, you got the walk and talk guys out there, and then you got the guys that kind of form some things together. And you know, if shit hits, shit hits. If shit doesn't, we move on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I will always be that guy. I hate every one of you guys that go out there and say that I can walk and talk, and y'all go out there and y'all look like Tito shit. And I'm calling y'all on that shit. If you cannot walk and talk, don't go out there and walk and talk.
And that goes back to having sound basic fundamentals in wrestling. Here's the thing.
That's right.
If your hot spots start either you're botching them or they're just not clicking, here's the thing. You can always, if you got your bases, you can always snatch a headlock takeover. Mm-hmm. You can settle that match back down with wrestling.
Yep.
And draw the people, start rebuilding right then. But it's all based on the basics, man. The very basics of pro wrestling.
That's right. And that's kind of where I'm getting to with this, because as I see these kids and they're just running moves and moves and moves and moves, I went back to the back and I was like, shit, guys. I was like, do we not have no build-ups around this motherfucker? I was like, first match, I seen motherfuckers going out to the floor. I done seen goddamn drop kicks and every fucking move, Canadian Destroyer. No, not but
no, it happens though.
I have not at TIWF. They don't get that wild. But you know, and I just was like, I don't, you know. So when I went in this past Saturday and I told them, I was like, well, look, I was like, you know, and they were like, you know, Will's like, I don't know, fucking walk and talk. I was like, well, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? So we're not doing that. I was like, so let's kind of get a base going, guys, so we have a good, clean match. We just went over a few little things. And, bro, I honestly think that I got more over then with Zach than I did the prior, like, 3 weeks that I've been going. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I ain't been there in years, you know, so they didn't even know who the fuck Jett Hero is. I mean, the crowd is, like, changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, back when I was the same crowd when I was going there isn't the same crowd that TIWF has nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people didn't even know who the fuck I was, what I was, if I'm bad guy or good guy. And, you know, as of right now, I'm still kind of like there because nobody cheers for me, but nobody boos for me. And they're like, the kids want to get behind me, but the adults are like, I think I've fucking seen this kid fucking telling us to shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm kind of like, not, you know what I'm saying? Nothing really there right now. And this was the first time I actually felt like, you know, I got over, but I feel like it was because we set a tone for the match. We didn't go out there. We didn't fucking just go crazy, doing crazy fucking moves. We had some good, clean transitions, tags in and outs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Every good in and out. I think it was probably like one of my better matches that I've had in a while. You know what I'm saying? And I really didn't even do much. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to like 6 moves, guys, and we're fucking wrapping this up. You know, but I felt like, you know, it takes a building process. And even if you have a house show, guys, and I'm not knocking nobody because every house show does this. This is not one particular house show. I see it. I see y'all's videos. If you're posting videos, then you're giving me the option to critique you. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't take criticism from me, and I've been doing this since I was fucking 16. This year, I turned 36, motherfuckers. I've been doing it for a while. You know, I might know a little something, you know. See how thin that was? You know, like a little something. I might know a little something. And I think their main event matches would get over a little bit better if, you know, there was a build up, you know. And you can't, you as a fucking promoter and a booker have to stay on top of these guys because wrestlers will go out there and do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Here's the thing. For me, look, the first match maybe actually be the most important match, but that don't mean that's the match that don't mean it should be the main event.
Yeah,
that's the tone setter for the rest of the show. And here's the way. When I broke in, the first match didn't try to outshine the second match. The second match didn't try to outshine the third match. And basically the whole show built to the main event, which is what drawed people in. Now, in my opinion, the first match is probably more important than the main event a lot of times because sets the tone.
Yep.
But that don't mean it should
sloppy. You can't just give them your sloppiest.
Don't go out there in the first match and do every fucking thing that everybody else is going to do every match after that. Once people seen it all, they've seen it all.
They're not going to get behind everybody. They're not. That's why I feel like the building process has been lost in a lot of house shows, and I'm not saying that I won't ever run a house show. I don't think that. But you can't never say never, you know what I'm saying? But if I get to a point where I'm running a monthly show, and it might be coming soon, I would definitely be posting my videos of how the first match carries herself to the second match, to the third match, to the fourth, to the fifth. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Jett, we have got 39 minutes before we're 3 hours. So
all right.
So well, I don't know if we're gonna finish.
Just being real, after the Don Bass thing, man, with AC and shit. I mean, we went and worked like SPW. Actually, I think SPWA went over to like Selmer a couple of times. We went over there and worked for them a few times. Other than that, man, it led to the point where me and my dad took some time off. If I'm not mistaken, Mike Shaw posted that he had a wrestling ring online that he was trying to get rid of, and my dad messaged him and was like, "Bro, what do you want for it?" And so he said he shot us a price on it. He was like, "Man, you can get all the chairs with it," and it was like probably like 30, 40 chairs. You know what I'm saying? Just some little foldables. And me and my dad, we contemplated it for about a whole 5 minutes, and we threw our money together. We went and scooped that motherfucker up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we scooped it up and brought it back home. And right then, we didn't have no plans, man. There was no set in stone of what we were doing, where we were going. We didn't even talk about no shows. We just was like, let's secure the ring.
Right.
And then my dad was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy everything else we need. My dad went out and bought fucking wired mic, wireless mic.
Right. We ain't doing no fucking shows. We ain't got no intentions of doing no shows. We done bought this fucking ring. We done bought the PA system. We done bought all the mics and everything. But we ain't doing no fucking shows, man.
And my dad's like, I'm just gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? And that way we'll have it. We'll have it. And then next thing I know, he was like, also ordered the bell. And I was like, he ordered a bell. He was like, also went and picked up this championship belt. Then my mom was like, I thought y'all said y'all was just getting a ring. You know what I'm saying? Here we are, like $2,000 later. My dad done spent $2,000 more buying fucking PA equipment and cords and shit. And my dad's like, well, we got everything, and I was like, yeah, we do got everything. And a time came, we were like, okay, we might do something. And SPWA and the guys that own MIW, so they were partners at one time. And after Don Bass passed away, shout out to Don Bass, and
he said, when I was done in the ring, I was going to promote. He said, you might have not have known we were doing some shows, but I knew we were doing some fucking shows.
And we didn't have nothing set in stone, and we had the ring, and MIW hit us up, man, and they was like, hey, we found a building over here we want to run, but we don't have our ring yet. He was like, would y'all rent us y'all's? And we were like, we weren't using it at the time, and it was just sitting on the trailer, and we were like, you know what? We was like, yeah, it better to be indoors and fucking, we was like, fuck it, y'all can use it, and the deal was, I don't even think we received any money from them. They bought a new canvas for it, and that was going to be like the payment for them using the ring for a couple of weeks. And also, when we got the ring from Mike Shaw, it'd been in the building. It was fucking rusty as fuck, and we were in the mix of trying to paint it. We bought paint, and the kicker was they take it to their building, set it up, paint everything that's ugly that you can see on the outside, recondition the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all set it up. Y'all do y'all's thing. They went over there and they set it up, but they set it up improper. They never reconditioned the ropes. They never painted it. And it ain't I'm not fucked up with it. And they used it for a couple weeks, and my dad hit them up and was like, hey, y'all said, 3 to 4 weeks. It's been 3 to 4 weeks. Have y'all found y'all ring? And they ain't even looked for a ring yet. And then they found them one. We got ours back. So we got ours back, and we put it back in storage, man. And it sat out there for about 3 years in the storage, man. We took it off the trailer, put it in our storage building, and it sat out there for about 3 years. And I got it, man. Johnny hit me up, and Johnny was like, hey, man, you want to ride with me over at fucking Arkansas? Matt Riviera's having a show, you know what I'm saying? Chris is coming. Chris Styles is coming. He was like, y'all want to come fucking ride? And I was like, fuck. I was like, I ain't got nothing to lose. I was like, I'm on the fucking one. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So I jump in with them. We fucking trailing over there. We get over there, help set up shit, you know what I'm saying? Get shit going. Matt Riviera had hundreds of fucking people there. You know what I'm saying? He did hella fucking promoting. Actually, Johnny does a lot of the promoting for him. So hundreds of fucking people showed up. That's actually where I got to take a picture with Randy Orton's dad, Bob. That was at that show for Matt Riviera. It was a success. Things was going. That was the first show I had been to that had that many people. That took me out of that 3-4 year gap where I was only doing benefit shows or a show for my buddy here and there, and it really put it back in me. You know what I'm saying? And I told Johnny that night, I was like, man, I want to run a show. I feel I'm ready to run the show.
Right.
Johnny was like, well, what are you trying to do, kid? And I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, I feel like I want to do something, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I was contemplating the decision, and I don't know. A little bit later, rolled around, and he hit me up again. He was like, Matt Riviera's having another fucking show. You know what I'm saying? He was like, look, Chris is coming up here. He's part of the show. He needs to ride up or whatever. Maybe y'all can link together. Y'all ride up. So, so I was like, fuck it. I was like, I fucking struck out in my little car, rode all the way to Mississippi, and did this. and this is to show you the love and the commitment I have to the business. I'm not fucking booked on this show. I had zero guarantee of any kind of payout.
Right.
I drive from my motherfucking house in Denmark to Mississippi to pick Chris up, and from fucking Mississippi all the way, because they live closer to the Corinth area, scoop him up and drive fucking hours, you know what I'm saying, all the way to fucking another show, you know what I'm saying, and fucking, and rode with all the way to that motherfucker, got all the way over there, fucking to the show there with zero guarantee of payment or anything.
Right.
And I wasn't even part of the show, but I still helped set up the fucking ring. You know what I'm saying? Helped set up lights, did everything, helped clean up, and I asked for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And really just being there. I got to meet like Niles. I don't know if you know who Niles is. He does the wine gimmick. He's with Miranda Gordy.
I know who Miranda is, but I don't
All
know
right,
who the
you know they're doing like a. Actually, I just seen a post. They had the fucking. They got like a trio tag team going on between Miranda and Niles and his partner. But that was the first time I got to meet 50 caliber Barrett. You know what I'm saying? I got to meet Niles. I got to meet a lot of guys that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know who the fuck I was or who a fucking Jett hero was, but they didn't treat me no different. They was like, you know, what's going on? You know, I didn't work the show, but I was working the show. Sold a couple T-shirts for them. I was actually, after the show got going, I actually swapped out with a guy, and I ran the booth for the T-shirts for Matt Riviera. And so we sold some shirts. They did the spot, man. We went back to the fucking room, you know, took care of a little paperwork, and I told Chris and I told fucking Johnny, man, I was like, I think it's time, man. I was like, I think it's time. I was like, but I got a different plan. I was like, I don't know if I want to do wrestling right now. I was like, let me get a feeling, you know what I'm saying, see how people feel about it. So we came home, and Johnny actually came over to the house a few days later or whatever, and as he was passing through, and we just sat down, and he was like, what are you thinking, kid? And I was like, I put the filler out for SGKO to see if I could fucking spark this back up. We ain't done it in like 10 years. And he was like, fighting? I was like, yeah. I was like, but instead of us fighting on the ground like we did back in the day, I was like, I'm going to break out our fucking wrestling ring. We're going to fucking do that shit in the fucking wrestling ring.
Right.
You know? And he was like, well, he's like, you said anything to your daddy about it? I was like, man, I've already been all over his ass. You know what I'm saying? My dad's like, you know, my dad, like I said, 100%, I could go over there and tell him, hey, I'm going to go do this right here tomorrow. He was like, God damn it, let me put my shoes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's him. And I was like, I've already told my dad what I want to do. I was like, what do you think? And Johnny was like, I think it's fucking excellent. He was like, nobody else is doing it. He was like, y'all ain't using trained professionals. Y'all are giving the ability for regular guys to come out here, fight safely in a controlled environment, because we had split kits, fucking paramedic on site. You know what I'm saying? We kept it super fucking legit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, and I supplied all mouth guards and shit, gloves. I kept everything clean, you know what I'm saying? When if blood was spilled, I had sandy wipes to clean the ring down. We went pretty much all out, bro. And the first show, we had probably 75 to 80 people. And we and like I said, man, we just put it out there as a filler to see, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The second show rolled around, I blasted that shit everywhere. Like, man, I was getting people to share it. I was tagging 100 fucking people in it. As many people as I could tag on Facebook, I was tagging them. 100 people deep, tagging them. Bro, I probably had 250 to 300 people out here.
See, I seen some footage of I guess it was the second show, because the footage I seen, y'all had a hell of a crowd out there, man.
And,
is that the one where
that was actually
maybe Jennifer Justice and somebody had a matching barbecue sauce or something?
No. We didn't do that out here. We were strictly MMA fights, or boxing, or grappling. We did 3. We grappled. You can box, or you can MMA. And but BB did fight out here, though. She did fight out here. But no, man. We had that show. I was blasting that shit everywhere, all over my social media. 250, 300 people. And we got about a 3-acre spot out here, and it's pretty open in the front yard. And the whole from one end of the property all the way down to my brother's and them property, bro, was full of cars. Man, compacted, bro. And we were about to get started. Next thing I know, about 5 fucking sheriffs rode in deep. Man, I'm like, oh shit. I was like, they done busted us. Underground Fight League. We done got exposed. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't hiding it because I was posting that shit on Facebook, fucking TikToks and everything. You know what I'm saying? And 5 sheriffs rode in deep on me. And they came up and they didn't. I'd already done posted up private property on the property, no trespassing. So they never came in onto the property. They stood out there in the street. They waited for me to go out there. Me, Johnny, my dad, and a couple other people that knew some legal things walked out there to the road, and they were like, you know you can't do this, right? You cannot promote fighting in your backyard without a promoter's license. And I was like, the fuck? Who said that? I was like, man, this is a free show. I was like, this is a fucking family barbecue.
Hey, hold on. Hey, we didn't promote. Well, the second one, I guess you did promote, but you got to be like, look, man, I didn't even promote this shit. We just set up a ring and the motherfuckers started showing up, man.
But I did. So, and they was like, we done seen your Facebook post. We've been on to you. You've been posting about it all month long. We've been just waiting for you. And so I was like, look, man, I was like, I did promote it. I was like, but we're all gloved up, wrapped up. Everybody's fucking on point. I was like, I got a nurse and an off-duty EMT here that are personal friends of mine, and well, one of the ladies that was here actually dates one of the guys that fought. So it was, you know what I'm saying? We made sure that we if anything went bad, that we were able to have them taken care of. If the ambulance needed to be, we would bring it. But being untrained fighters, 1 round, 2 rounds, that's about all you fucking got. You know what I'm saying? So they were like, you know, you can't promote this shit without a promoter's license. And I was like, I didn't fucking know that because I gave it to people for free. And I did some research. And as long as I gave it to people for free, I didn't charge nothing. I wasn't charging nothing. As long as everybody was safe. And I had the fucking everybody sign the waivers and the contracts with me, which we did. And I had an EMT on site. I mean, we followed all guidelines. And and we even had a rule if they started bleeding, that fight was over. Like, I mean, because guess what? We had to go to work Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? We're fighting on a Sunday. We got to go to work Monday. He was like, the cops were like, look, man. He was like, the only problem we have is you're promoting fighting. You're promoting violence. I was like, well, no. I was like, I'm promoting guns down, hands up. I was like, because this gives people opportunity to come out here, get their aggression out. I even reached out to a couple people that had beefs with each other and lined them up with fights, you know what I'm saying, out here so they could do it controlled. And he's like, well, man, I tell you what. He's like, you take down all the Facebook posts and everything. He was like, and y'all are safe like y'all say y'all are. And we had sponsors paying for a lot of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the food and shit for all the people. And fucking, he was like, take it down. Well, I was like, fine. I was like, I'm gonna take it down right now. They fucking get in their cop cars. They leave. I fucking run back to the mic and I was like, everybody, go to your phones right now. Take down the SGKO post. Let's get this shit on the road. You know what I'm saying? And, man, we ran successfully for like a year and a half, man, out here in the yard. Zero budget. We had no money. No guys were making any money. We did it all for fun. A couple of guys then went on to go to the cage. Shout out to my boy Cayman Warmath with War King MMA. They actually just fought this past fucking Saturday, last night, and he is the fucking, I'm pretty sure it was flyweight champion or featherweight champion. He got crowned the belt last night. He fucking did it first round. Shout out to Cayman. He went on to do cage fights. Not him, only him. A couple people did. And, man, we kind of, and you know, this was the whole turning point where we're about to transition into PKAW.
Right.
After, you know, people get beat up a couple times, people fall off, we gain people, we lose people, but I think people misunderstood the what we were trying to do. You know what I'm saying? What I was trying to do. And I was trying to bring a wrestling aspect to a MMA world.
Right.
And maybe me trying to combine them two was the wrong route, because people in the MMA world, they're too fucking serious, bro. They don't know what a work is. So when I talk shit on somebody, they took that shit to heart, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I would be just talking shit, you know. So a couple of people, it rubbed weird, and you know, they felt some type of way about it. I didn't give a fuck, you know.
But here's the thing: at the end of the day, you have to sell the fights. You have
gotta
to
sell the fights.
You got to
man.
create some rivalry between the
Yep.
two guys fighting. And
Fan
that
favorites, you know what I'm saying? You
I
gotta
mean, the
start
UFC does it every day of the fucking week,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
I mean, that's the name of the game.
And,
You gotta fucking build the fights.
And we had rules, man, where we were like, nobody talked about anybody's kids. No kids got brought into it, and we didn't really talk about nobody's financial situations. I made that clear in the beginning that, you know, no matter what, man, because, you know, I'm just that dude. I don't think you could talk shit in so many different ways instead of somebody's financial situations and or their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those two things that we checked off the list, nobody talked about. So if you had an old lady or a mama or a grandma, they got talked about.
Right.
You know
I was just going to say the same thing. Look, you got the checklist. Old ladies, you can talk about them.
Yep.
Mamas, you can talk about them.
Yep.
Kids,
Yep.
don't talk about the kids. Don't talk about no money.
You know, and so, you know, a lot of people, some people caught on, and the shit talking got a little out of control here and there. You know what I'm saying? How it does. Some people felt weird about it, and that was just part of it. You know, I was trying to bring a storytelling type, you know, friction to an MMA world that was they're fucking super serious. If I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna fucking fight you seriously. So you know, we decided we started slowing down a little bit because, you know, some guys would say, yeah, we're gonna be there, and then last minute they wouldn't show up, and, you know, I'm not paying these guys, so these guys have no obligation to be there. And so a couple fighters would fall off here and there, and then they would show up the next show thinking they could fight the same fight and shit. And
hey, look, Daddy's on here. He said, first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about fucking Fight Club, man.
Yeah.
He says, damn autocorrect. There you go.
Yeah, it's just yeah, it changed it on them. But yeah, man, it took off in a way, and I think it had a good spark. I do have intentions for SGKO turning it into a different type of brand. I've done reached out to a few people, and a lot of people know who Street Beast is. I have reached out to them and invited them out to an SGKO show that we will be having and probably mid of summer area. I don't want to get too hot in the summer, but it will be in a couple months. And I invited them out to the SGKO thing because I feel like this is a good turning point for SGKO to be in cahoots with Street Beefs, and maybe hopefully we could turn SGKO into a fighting grounds for Street Beef. So
I watch Street Beefs when I'll catch it on YouTube, man. If I run across it, shit, I'll watch a bunch of it, dude. It's really pretty cool, man.
And they do shit legit, just like we were doing, man. They're pretty legit. The only thing that I see they do a little different than us is they do the cage, which they have a couple of territories, man. I'm trying to be the Tennessee territory, you know what I'm saying? So everybody collects here, you know, and they have a Texas one, they have a West Coast one, and they got one up in Virginia. And you know, I'm just trying to be that four corner, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get in there. So you know, hopefully them guys show up for SGKO and we have a good turnout, and I'll be dropping that soon. As soon as them guys give me a go that their schedule is free for them to come check out what we got going. I'm hoping you know, they see that we are legit, and you know, something might happen from that, you know, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does, you know, and but that's where we decided. I talked enough shit, and I talked enough shit to a guy that runs a gym here in Jackson, Aero Athletics. Shout out to them, Anthony Jones, AJ. He's the lead coach over there, and I talked enough shit to him that that they agreed to have one of their guys fight one of my guys. You know what I'm saying, from SGKO, and man, we did it up, bro. I talked the shit. You know, I made posts. I fucking had John and Angie do a sick ass fucking flyer with our fucking SGKO background in it. It was pretty sick, I think. And we went over there. We helped promote. I mean, I helped promote Hub City MMA just as much as they were promoting Hub City MMA. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, and I didn't have a fucking foot in the race. We were just bringing a fighter, but I was putting them over, tagging them in shit, trying to put our fighter over, you know what I'm saying, trying to bring it. And that went successful. I mean, he didn't win, but he went out there and fucking shook them motherfuckers up, son. I ended up getting jumped after the fucking show by the fucking security guards. They fucking shot me with pepper spray and fucking beat me with their
See there,
staffs.
hold on. Stop right there. Fuck, hold on. Look, dude, we got about 8 minutes. So let me ask you this. Are we doing Becoming Jett Hero Part 4, the final fucking chapter?
It has to be. It has to be, because I'm going to probably leave off right here.
I think that's the perfect. The pepper spray. You got jumped by security guards and pepper spray.
I'm gonna give the rundown of how that went, and we'll end it there. AJ, I talked a lot of shit. Like I said, man, I was trying to bring that wrestling aspect to the fucking. So after the fight, my guy lost, but we were out in the parking lot celebrating because, man. Monty was older than me. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never fought in the cage, and that was something that he dreamed of doing. You know what I'm saying? So it was never a win-loss thing with us. It was just us being there, being a part of it, and being in the cage. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was about. So after the fight, I go live. And I'm like, yeah, we didn't get the win, but we still showed up and showed the fuck out. The guy that I was talking to shit to, AJ, he finds me after we go back inside and grabs me by my throat and shit, right? The security guards swarm him, snatches him up, takes him outside. Next thing I know, the security guards are back inside, taking me to the owner, which is Ryan Collins. Shout out to Ryan. And Ryan didn't know nothing was going on. He didn't know that AJ put his hands on me out there in front of the people and shit. I'm talking about, man, the whole bar. I'm at the bar getting drinks from me and my people, and he comes and grabs me up and shit. And it's like, motherfucker, you talking that shit, da-da-da. And I'm like, bro, you don't want to fucking do this. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fucking do this right here. And, you know, that's what all I said to him. They snatch him out. Anyways, I get back there. Ryan's like, look, man, y'all done fought. Would y'all stay out there with the crowd? Don't come back here. I was like, bro, it happened out there. I was like, we weren't back here. And he was like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I apologize. He's like, I don't know what got into Anthony. That's crazy. He was like, will y'all please? I was like, fuck it, man. We're going out here, dude. We're going to enjoy the rest of the fucking night. You know what I'm saying? And I sat there, and, you know, and I was getting a little heated. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't believe this motherfucker did that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Just grab me up out of there. So we go to leave. The night's over with. I go to find Ryan. Tell him thank you for having us. It was a blast. Hope we could come back. Well, AJ comes to find me again. As I'm headed to Ryan here, AJ comes, intervenes with me, and he's like, first thing he says, hey, man, I want to apologize. And I was like, look, bro. I was like, just don't put your hands on me. And he was like, no, man, that was not my character. I let that shit get to me. I shouldn't have done that. I was like, look, man. And I leaned in to him so nobody could hear what the fuck we were saying. And I was like, look, man, I understand. I was like, but I hope you know that all I was trying to do is sell this fight.
Right.
I was like, that's all I'm trying to do is help sell the fight. You know, and I was like, but while I'm leaned in to him, and he was like, man, I apologize. I shouldn't have let that shit. Johnny Morton's there with me. You know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker, dog, he's like, hell no, fuck that shit. He was like, you gonna be a fucking dick like that and put your fucking hands on him and think that you're just gonna fucking apologize and it's cool? He's like, fuck that shit. And I was like, yeah, kind of fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? But then some people started showing up, like from like just crowd members and people that I'm assuming were guests. And then my people started coming up, and things got like heated between a buddy of mine and a buddy of theirs. And I legit, bro, and this is on my fucking mama, I was talking to AJ, and I look over and I instantly stopped talking to AJ, and I instantly intervened between them. I was like, ho, no. I was like, that shit ain't gonna happen. I was like, we ain't doing that shit here. I was like, fuck that. I was like, we're fucking gonna leave. Ryan's like, please, Leon, you're not in the wrong, bro. Just please fucking leave. I was like, oh, we're fucking leaving, bro. So I grabbed my guys and we're leaving. And I'm backing up, pushing my guys like this, and I'm like, I hope you know this is some fucking bullshit that you made me leave, but you just admitted that it wasn't my fault and I wasn't in the wrong. And then his old lady says something, and I was like, well, if this is how y'all want to fucking run a promotion, that the guy that gets touched gets kicked out. And about that time, that motherfucker lit me with goddamn mace, bro.
Right there. Let's stop right there, Jett. I think that's the perfect place to pick up.
It is, because shit gets wild.
That right there, I think that's a good cliffhanger. You just got sprayed with mace.
Sprayed.
Next show.
What does Jett Hero do next?
Exactly. The next time we'll pick up right there, dude. 3 hours gone, dude. It's been a blast, man. Been a blast, dude. Awesome show, and we'll get.
I mean, I'm glad we did do this one, and we have another one, because the next one I'll be able to touch actually going into PKAW and the reunion show.
Right.
And we will actually be able to finish it off.
Hey, we're like Friday the 13th. The next one is the final fucking chapter, man.
Yeah, so, yeah. But,
dude.
Yeah, man, it's been a blast, bro. I appreciate you letting me do this, man. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, just to, talk my life, man. You know what I'm saying? My stories,
Dude, I've had a fucking blast doing it with you, man. And here's the thing. We'll do just like we always do. We'll be back we always say a month, but it usually ends up being about 6 weeks. So in a month or 6 weeks, we'll come back and we'll do the final fucking chapter. And we'll finish this thing off. And if you guys, once you get your next show book, let me know, and we'll set up a gimmick for it, man.
I've been on dude's ass. Just everybody stay patient with us. We got a lot of things going down, and like I said, man, time is everything, and I'm glad I waited the time, because I think it led me to the building that I need to be in. So everybody be ready.
Dad's back. He said, 3 hours. Come on, man. I'll go to bed. Shut the fuck up, guy. Jett, man, my pleasure like always, dude. I'll be in touch with you, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, and I want to do a show that has nothing to do with becoming a hero, so me and you could just talk wrestling.
That's right. We got to finish this motherfucker off first, man. This has turned into a 6-month fucking show, man. Brother, I will holler at you soon. We'll get a date set up in a month or 6 weeks. We'll come back with a final chapter. Anything changes, just get with me, my bro.
Yes, sir.
Just holler at me.
Shout out to everybody that watched. Thank y'all.
Let's see what Dad's back. He says, great show. Appreciate it, PK. Always fun time. Anytime you guys are on, Jett. I got to get out of here, dude. I got 2 minutes left. All right, brother. You take it easy. All right, guys. You seen it right there. Becoming Jett Hero Part 3. There's going to be a Part 4. Just like Jason, Friday the 13th, Part 4. It's going to be the final motherfucking chapter. We're going to get this thing signed, sealed, and delivered. And look, guys, all week up through Thursday, I got shows all week long. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., I've got the TriStar Wrestling guys back. Do not miss that show, because you don't know who's going to be on, and it's always a blast. They got a big show coming up in Hohenwald, Tennessee this Saturday night, and we're going to talk all about it and run through it. tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Guys, I appreciate everybody who interacted, everybody who watched. I appreciate Jett for coming on, giving me 3 hours of his time. Till tomorrow, all y'all take it easy.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.